Okay, I'm gonna start clicking record real quick, but I haven't even opened up the thing. Let me see, where is this? Let me open this. Okay, let me put this. Collab. What is this called? Sorry, wait. This is group custom summon tier list. Oh yes, featuring Kisuumi. Wow. Okay, guys. Here's a little. Sorry. Before I introduce my guest. Here's the thing about tier lists, guys. Right? And this is something I've observed from all the fucking tier lists. Okay. Every tier list is like top down. Okay. It's like top down. And there's like basically it's like at most chat interaction and like a missed message here or there, and then it's just a raw streamer's thoughts about it, and that's the end of it. However, there is basically no ping pong, right? There's no back and forth, right? And for the most part, for the people that have made tier list, a lot of these people are looking from seasoned veteran experience down instead of from middle up. So, I decided to bring on Kisuumi, and if you don't know who oh wait, I have to move Kisuumi. Oh my god, I just realized. You're over my little thingy. So I decided to bring Kisu over, because Kisu is a...
Papega streamer.
Okay.
For E7.
Okay, middle of the game, E7 casual player, yes, who enjoys her husbandos, but does also play the game a good bit, right? Not a new player by any means, but fully free to play, right? Free to play? Right?
Yeah, fully free to play.
Yeah, fully free to play, and a mid-game player. So, right, this is a pretty unique POV. There are not many players like that in this game. Make her bigger and turn off your webcam. Okay, well, love you too, Kimoji. Anyways.
Ouch! Oh no!
Love
you can keep it on. You can keep it on.
Okay, so here's the thing though, right? So the customs are only RGBs, and it's only limiteds, right? If I'm not mistaken. So, oh, and it has to be 5 stars. Can I make it 5-star only? Okay, so this is the full list. It's all units, no collab. Okay, let me make a tier that says no collab. NA. Completely free to play, unlike me. Yes, perhaps. All right. Don't pick Xeno. Don't pick Yuna. No collab, they said, right? So let's see. Oh, okay. Wait. Sorry. While I'm doing this, Kisu, would you like to introduce yourself? What you like to do and all that jazz?
Oh, sure. Hello, everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Kisuumi. I'm more of a variety streamer, but I occasionally play E7. I'm trying to kind of play a bit more E7, but mainly my games are Overwatch 2, Valorant, Lost Ark, Tower Fantasy, and any other new games that kind of pops up on the radar for us over here. But yeah, thank you so much again for the invite. I super appreciate it, and you'll get a bit more insight from me, from a super well-ish, medium-ish, newish player over here, I guess, about my thoughts, and I really appreciate Kannaaaa for bringing me on over here. But yeah, do bear with me, because I'm honestly pretty uneducated in a lot of these units, so to me, what's important about units is how they look. If they look hot, then they're going to be SSS tier for me. Okay, Zahhak?
Wow, finally good base take for tier list. All these crummy meta slaves. We can finally have the visual appeal. Actually, Kisu's an artist, if you didn't know, so she can actually give you an expert she can give you an artist's eye opinion, or an artist.
I'm not sure about that, but I will do my best, Kannaaaa.
Anyways, let's roll with it. Okay, so let me see. Am I missing anyone else? Okay, I guess if we find it, we'll find it, and I'll remove them. Oh, Millum. Okay. But yeah, I think. Oh, wait. Dizzy's here. Elfelt is here. Wait. Where did Elfelt just go? Amelia. Am I missing anyone else? Is Rimuru on this list or something? Yeah, Rimuru is there. There's Rimuru. Okay. Okay. No Yulha, Sharoon, SB Charlotte, or Lua as well. What, really? SB Charlotte, no Lua. Wow, this list is really short then, huh? Where's Sharoon?
Yeah, they don't have the newer units in the pool. Looks like it's the previous limited ones.
Damn, that's like the whole fucking list. Did you see that's like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20. There's like 20 characters you already can't pick. All right. Okay. So this is going to be...
Wait, this is irrelevant, but I'm not shorter than you, Kannaaaa? From what Mashi said.
Of course not. Wait, what do you mean? I'm pretty...
Height-wise.
I'm pretty sure... I'm pretty sure you're taller than... I'm pretty sure I'm shorter than everyone but Shu. I'm pretty sure I'm taller than Shu. And then Shu. And that's it. I think I'm only taller than Shu. That's it. That's the only
Oh my god! Wow, you're small.
I'm not that small. Okay, look, I'm like 5'5". That's just a little bit under the average. Right? Wait, how tall are you?
I'm like 5 foot.
Wait, I'm taller than you. What the fuck? Wait,
wait.
wait,
7 inch high heels? I'll be 5'7".
5'7", 7-inch heels? What the fuck? wait. I think Mashu's lying to you. I'm sorry.
Wait, did I get trolled?
Maybe.
I'm not taller.
I'm sorry. I was like, damn, I'm shorter than everyone, I guess. All right. Okay. Barring any other unexpected things, this should be it. So, first and foremost, we could go in order, or Kisu, we could go by. We can go by your favorite looking husbando or waifu. Who do you want to go with first?
Favorite husbando and waifu would be nice. Oh, can you share the screen so there's no
yeah,
delay?
Yeah.
I don't mind though. Yeah, either one works.
Okay, all right. Who you feeling?
Zahhak, of course. Definitely.
Zahhak, okay.
Yo, I was really happy with his S2 buff. I think he definitely has the SSS triple S. Is there a triple S? It's only S.
Okay, we're not gonna go to the triple S because I think going past S is a little funky looking. Like there's some tier lists, just saying, that are out there where it goes like triple S, double S, S, A, B, and like B is the lowest, which I don't know. That's like, I don't know. You just gotta tell it how it is. But okay, so where would you put Mr. Zahhak?
I honestly think with the buff he is at an S just because I think his S2 previously before the buff I think it just does 50% CR push and then kind of I don't know if it cleanses before. I honestly never used this S2 at all, so I really don't know what it does. But essentially after this is like it was literally a dead skill. But after that I think with his buff he gets an extra turn. So I think he got a really nice addition to it, so it's S for me. And his face is nice. 90% face, 10% gameplay.
So okay, so I'm glad that visuals are a huge appeal for you. However, you are lucky because, well, maybe visuals should or should not dictate whether or not you should pick or summon this character. His artifact is also kind of shit. However, all that being said, I think Zahhak is also actually an S tier pick for this list. I think Zahhak is really fucking gross for some reason. I don't know why they buffed him. He wasn't really bad, to be honest. He kind of just needed to fight against, like, ML Sermia. And then where ML Sermia went was kind of where he went, too. And now C. Lilius is back, so I think he's even better, because now people are going to be picking C. Lilius and getting countered by, what's her name? ML Sermia. And he does pretty well into that. But, okay. Our first agreeable S-tier character. All right, who do you want to do next? Who's your next favorite husbando?
No, next favorite husbando? Oh, it's Watcher Shuri. But wait, he's 4 stars. He's only 5 stars, right?
Not pickable on here. He's not pickable on here. Okay.
No.
Would you like me to sort by?
Karon.
Okay, Karon. Okay. How do you feel about Karon visually? Compared to Zahhak. If Zahhak is a 10.
I think they're both 10, so it's another S for me. Especially when didn't he also get a buff? He got an evasion.
He did get a buff. So now when you proc him, when you activate his immortality, he gets an evasion buff, and he AoE counters instead of just like single target countering, which is kind of really toxic for this character.
Yeah, I actually do like that because especially if you're able to counter cleavers, I honestly do think that it's an S. But also it depends on what the person is looking for. So for instance, if I want to focus on PvP, Zahhak would definitely be a really good pick, and also Karon. But PvE wise, I'm not too sure how well he fares off of that.
Okay, let me give you a little bit of a like a bit of a disclaimer, okay? We can take this whichever way you like, right? So there were a few people that said that our scope needs to be a bit, what's the word?
Wider?
No, smaller. Because the last time I made a tier list, which by the way I thought did pretty well, we had an ML5 selector tier list. Now the thing about the ML5 selector tier list is that it was like, okay, worth, like the most worth 5 stars, like ML 5 stars. Now the thing about the most worth 5 stars though was that people were like, oh, well, you're taking into consideration too much PvE over PvP, which isn't that good, and I could kind of understand. So if you want, we can separate it into one or the other, right? Like purely PvP or purely PvE. But if it's a more like newer kind of friendly tier list, how do you want to do this? Or do you want to just say fuck it and we could just do like a what your gut feeling is, like what you think worthwhile, or how worthwhile a character is? Like how do you want to do this?
It kind of depends. If we're helping out, like, basically the newer to mid players, I definitely not go off of, I guess, visually. We probably just want to try and help up with what their resources are, especially if you're F2P, you're kind of running your resources thin. So I think, probably usability-wise would be a lot better just for the people who are starting out in the game. But yeah, slightly like...
Okay. Alright. So, so we'll I'll just include this a little bit, okay? Like if we got the little Pepe laugh thing and we have the little disclaimer, we should be fine, right? So, how do you feel about? Okay, so you think Karon is an S? Okay, honestly, his artifact is pretty good. So you would, because the thing about the summon tier list is that also includes their artifact, right? The thing is,
oh, it includes the artifact. Then Zahhak
yeah.
would probably be A then, because I honestly, was it merciless? Was it merciless gun?
No,
was this artifact?
It's pure white trust or something.
Oh, yeah, that one's shit. Okay, yeah, that don't put him on S then. That's definitely A if it includes the artifact.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So if we're gonna be, if we want to do it like this, I think that's totally fine. Honestly, there's probably people that would put both of these characters at B or below, which is, you know, that's fine. We could keep them in A because, you know, their visuals are slightly better. But okay, who do you want to go to next?
I honestly want to do the limiteds just because I think most of the people probably missed them. So let's go with SSB. I honestly think SSB, if you don't have her, and especially if you're starting out, she would be an S just because I do like her drink artifact, and then she's a very good PvE farmer. Well.
Okay. Where the fuck? Okay. So, all right. Before we get to SSB, because I forgot to give kind of my thoughts about Karon. So here's the thing that I like about Karon. I think Karon is a very versatile character who, when there isn't enough, when there aren't enough strippers, or there are characters like Apoc Ravi, Hua Young against Karon, I think Karon does really well. Because Karon is one of these characters that can actually kill pretty much anything that doesn't strip him, assuming you have good enough gear score. Alternatively, if you want to play him counter, he's also kind of good at, you know, dealing with anti-cleave and stuff like that, and you're basically at the mercy of either dodging or, I don't know, maybe you could have slight amounts of ER, or,
but that's, you know, only if you land counter in the first place.
True, exactly. So I think in general, both of these playstyles though are like, they have their weaknesses and their strengths. Like Speed Karon, which is the Karon that I prefer, doesn't really get to, like, after the damage is done, right? If for some reason someone can get like another skill null up, the game's over, right? Because Karon has no way of countering it off, or, you know, like AoEing it off through some random counter. So that being said, I also like Shepherd of the Hollow, which is Karon's artifact. I think that artifact is probably best in slot for Closer Charles. If you don't want to go Discrescent, which is Irvine's artifact that lets you counter on thieves, I think it's also Karon's best artifact, in addition to Remnant Violets. That being said though, in terms of artifacts you could well for, I don't think it's quite as overpowered as some of the others. Now, to quickly transition, because you kind of gave your thoughts about SSB, I think SSB is a bit of a dinosaur character now. So you're telling
me I'm ancient? Well, gee, thanks, Cannaaaa.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Ouch.
So here's the thing about SSB. Okay, obviously she's a very waifu-looking character. I think she was probably one of the most constantly praised characters in terms of her PvE usability and like her PvP. Like, she's still good. But I think nowadays we already have a pretty good water answer, or a water DPS in the form of Shu, who kind of does really well in doing like big AoEs and doing big damage. Not to say that they always fulfill the same role, but I find myself picking her less in PvP. That's the first part, right? Still decent, but like kind of niche. Second part is the fact that I think that SSB for PvE has kind of been replacing a lot of teams by either like a Mui team, which is what I think a lot of people do now if you're not going a one-shot. And then even for the one-shot, certain one-shot teams, you can technically replace her with units like Clarissa and stuff. So she's not mandatory, she's just really nice. Drink...
I'll put her at A.
Yeah. So here's the thing too. If we want, we can keep her an S, because I definitely don't think she's bad. It's just that Drink is not like why she's like SSB is not third, fourth picked like every single match. She's more of like a, oh yeah, my bad, I accidentally just so happen to have lifesteal like gear lying around, and now my SSB can be picked in case if someone picks like, I don't know, Politis, like tank Politis. But if we want to leave it here, that's fine. Who do you want to go through next?
I'll just go off of the custom banner list, so probably Luna next, okay. Over here.
Okay. All right.
I know that her artifact Draco Plate is insanely good, so I would probably put her at S again too. I do see her a bunch in PvP, and Draco Plate's always useful for warriors, right?
So
she's limited.
Here's the okay. I'm curious what you think about this too. Luna the character, unless if you are. I don't know if you've seen it much, but there's some people that play with Luna as like a high, like big DPS, like attack boot character, like really strong. But Luna is like kind of niche where you have to build your whole team around her. The thing is though, I'm curious, how many Draco Plates do you yourself own right now?
I have like 3 or 4, because I did it on the previous banner and I picked Luna.
Okay, who do you put Draco Plate on?
Actually, I have no clue.
So that's actually something funny that happened. Was yesterday I kind of like wailed out of my butthole, and was trying to pull, not for Draco Plate necessarily,
I have 2,
but for Luna to get her SSS. The thing is, I only got Draco Plates, which kind of sucked because I'm kind of done with Draco Plate. Proof of Valor APOC I think is really nice, and you can argue maybe you want Draco Plate on her, but I still have Proof of Valor on her. So then I was looking down the list of characters that would quote-unquote want Draco, and every character it feels like right now that's a warrior may want something else, or if you have Draco, it's nice but it's not mandatory. Now what I mean by that is, like, look at the warriors on the right side real quick, like, and we can even go with Zahhak real quick. Zahhak is okay with Draco, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who want like Symbol of Unity, or would take something like Rimuru's artifact, etc., which are both fine. You have Valencia, who really doesn't want Draco Plate. She kind of wants her own artifact. You look at someone like Shu, who also kind of wants like Merciless Glutton, or wants a different artifact.
How about Snow Crystal for Shu?
Shu can also use Snow Crystal. So the problem with this is that now I'm like running through the whole list of warriors. Hua Young doesn't use it. Ken is not a real character. Ravi doesn't really want Draco. Ravi kind of wants Sigurds. Oh, I have to pause this. Oops. Forgot to turn
I'll put her at a B.
No, so this is not to say that it's bad, because I think Draco Plate is really strong. I just don't know who you would put it on.
I think I put mine on Rimuru, because I didn't have anything else to put it on.
Rimuru, I think, is pretty... So, Rimuru, I think, is definitely usable on Draco. My question for Rimuru... Okay, obviously Rimuru's not down here. Is how much better is Draco Plate over Merciless Glutton and some of the others? Like, so you see what I mean? Like, Draco Plate has always been kind of a good artifact. But the issue is that it's kind of my issue with Drink and SSB. Like, it's really good. Like, these artifacts are good, and like, or pulling on these banners are good because the character or artifact sound really good, but how often are you going to use them, right? How often are you picking SSB? How often are you using Drink? And how often are you using Draco Plate?
Well, at the stage I'm at right now, I use SSB with Drink as my one shot, so that's why I do put her at S, because I do use her a bunch. But Luna wise, I've always just been told, oh, Luna's Draco Plate is super strong. You should just always have a couple copies on hand, so that's why I did select her on her banner. But yeah, you make a really good point that I don't really have characters to use the Draco Plate on for Luna.
Don't worry, it's not just you, by the way. This is obviously, it was more of like a retort, like for the like a throw out there kind of comment. But also, I think if you're going to if you're going to keep SSB, if we're going to keep SSB in S, I think we put Luna in A.
Gotcha.
Because I think Draco Plate, like if SSB is S, it's because you can use her too, right? But Luna is not, I think, not even nearly as usable as SSB is. Like granted, both their artifacts are kind of good for themselves, or like, have a good character that uses Draco Plate or Drink. But I definitely think that to be an S character, you have to be both usable as the character and the artifact. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of fair. She's great for Guild Wars. That's fair. But I don't think you need Luna necessarily. You need an SS rank just for SSB and Diene. Okay, we're going to get to Diene later, but I think Diene is about to be a B tier character. I'm not going to lie. Okay. So if you want to keep going down limiteds, you want to do like Fairy Tail?
Sure.
Okay. What do you think about Fairy Tail?
I honestly don't even see her. I've never really seen her other than her artifact. For Fairy Tail of a Nightmare on Ameru or Arkham Mercedes. So I really honestly would, unless you like the visuals, I'd put her like a B or a C. It's not really that needed, I'd say, unless you want to build Ameru with it. Fact.
Okay.
Or just grab one copy and leave.
I think if you don't have her, and this is kind of like the I mean, people are probably not even gonna hear this part or see this part, like when they do the tier list, and I'm gonna get fucking flamed for it. She's a limited character, so like, of course, if you don't have her, you should definitely pull her, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of if you already have her, how worth is it for pulling imprints? Like how realistically, like assuming that group summon comes back, how worth is it for you to have Fairy Tail Tenebria? I think her artifact is decent for Archdemon Mercedes, right? You're correct.
Yeah.
I think it's really nice. To be fair, the artifact doesn't need to be plus 30 because you just gain some more damage on the artifact, which is okay, but it's not the same as like triple S-ing or like plus 30ing a drink, right? Where you guarantee you get the drink proc, right? It's not the same as,
exactly.
Some of these others. Now, Mori brings up a good point, which is that you can imprint Stene, and Spectre Tenebria is like one of the best units in the game.
That's true.
But like the thing about that is that when you start to talk about like imprints and stuff, it starts to get a little hazy because imprints on a character, I think, are a little harder to justify when it's not something like crit chance, when it's not something like speed, when it's not ER, etc., right? So, I think B is fair, but I wish that there was like a way to make... Oh wait, can I make a note actually? S if you don't own her already. How do I... Yeah. Okay. So we can show this part. If you hover this, it says S if you don't own her already. Okay, that's perfect. Oh wait,
I
actually,
feel like if... What? Oh yeah, I feel like if you're new to mid player, you don't really have the resources to pull, let's say, a triple SS 10A to kind of imprint your S10A, and you probably just grab like one copy, wouldn't you? Because I don't think the average player base can just triple SS nilly-willy, right?
Yeah. Can I ask, Kisu, how many characters do you have at triple S?
I only have one character at triple S, and that's because of all the 5-star tickets that they give out. Yeah, I kept on pulling Edas. Only pulled Edas.
Oh, your Eda is triple S? Fuck, wait, I really
Or not yet. If I were to imprint it, it would be triple S. And let me double check.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair, Mori. Like if you get it, I think she would. I think it would be really good. But both her and her artifact are not like, I think when you're in a mid to like pushing Emperor, like, you know, like champion Emperor kind of player, I think it's fine if you want to go on Tenebria, assuming you have a good enough hero journal built up. But I think that the value that you get from like pulling this limited as opposed to, you know, missing or like filling up your journal more or your artifact journal, I think is slightly more debatable. So
Yeah.
I think B is fine, but also I'm gonna get rid of the note. It just like this. I think this is fine. Like the note that I have here, like pull all limiteds if you don't own them. So this is just gonna be a rating of the character, assuming, you know, you're not missing them.
Got you. Oh, I only have one triple SS and it's my op sig. I have too many cigarettes.
Wow, that's like one of the most important ones to have at Triple S2. Operator cigarette really feels like shit, actually, if you don't have it.
Yeah. She's my only triple S, and I guess next one's Eda whenever I work on Solitaire.
Okay.
Aria.
Okay. Alright. F10A is definitely above these units. Do you think Draco... do you think we move Luna down then, Wind?
I would move Luna down after your explanation.
Because, like, the thing is, Zahhak is... I'm trying to
You can't do my husbando dirty like that! No.
Okay, alright. Huh. Luna's pretty good in PvE. Yeah, I mean, so is... F10A's not bad either.
You should put a note on Zahhak, definitely not biased.
Okay. If you don't have a unit that's good, you should grab... Oh, okay. You know what? That's fair. Now that we put the thing at the top, like, pull all limiteds if you don't own them.
Yeah, I think that's fair, because you do want to complete the Pokédex, too.
Plus hero journal completion increases value. Wow, this is a long fucking... This is a long... Yeah, how about we do this for a second? Wow. Alright, okay. This is kind of a weird looking explanation. Alright, I mean, okay. The tier list doesn't have to look that clean anyways. Okay, I think, Luna, Kisuumi... Okay, all these I think are pretty fair. Right? Like, if you,
Okay.
Wait. Pulling for... first time equals good value. There we go. Okay. That's the explanation. I think this is a good explanation for why these characters are where they are, or an explanation for how we're thinking. So if you don't already own them, right, and you're trying to complete the hero journal, that's fine. That's good value. If you don't have a limited, you should be pulling them because, like, you know, good value. Wait, hold on, let me think about this. How about this? Slightly biased for visuals plus pulling for first time hero journal completion. I think this is fine. This is fine, right? I think this is slightly biased for visuals plus pulling for first time hero journal completion, right?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, cool. This captures limiteds and, you know, whoever. Why don't we call it Imprint Group Summon Tier List? Huh.
Are we also focusing on imprints though? I thought this was for new to mid players type, because I personally wouldn't really focus on imprint wise.
I guess
because
that's
I just want to grab
true.
one copy.
Okay. Alright. Okay. I'm starting to... Wait, let me think about this. Okay, that's fine. So we're rating these characters based on how good or bad they are, right? Right? And then also, I think we also have to consider whether or not their imprint is value. So it's not just imprint value. It's not just an imprint group summon tier list. It's also about how good the characters are, right?
Okay, so it's like a mixture of everything, basically.
Yeah, but I think we need to put this, like, as an explanation, right? Like...
Yep.
Like, it's biased. There we go. How about this? See, look. Biased for visuals. Where's the amp? And pulling for first time hero journal completion. See? Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Okay, we can go with the next limited. All right, Cerise is S.
I think so too, because her
yeah.
guiding light, I use it on legitimately everything. Well, any sort of character that I use, the Opsic, Landy, etc. I think it's just a really, really good artifact, even in my standards.
I think Cerise herself kind of sucks ass, but she's kind of okay for PvE. Like, there's a lot of what is it? Expos that can actually use Cerise, but I think that in terms of how worthwhile and how good her artifact is, even if we made like a strictly PvE only tier list, I think I would still put Cerise in S, just because while you were trying to get like a copy of Cerise, you might also snag a copy of Guiding Light, which is like fucking OP, right?
I think the value of just getting Guiding Light is just makes it S already. It don't really use Cerise as much, other than Expos, as you've mentioned before. But yeah, just because of her artifacts, just at an S rank for that.
Yeah, I think this one requires pretty much the least amount of discussion. Guiding Light is like the most broken yet frustrating artifact in the game, but you need it if you really want to play a lot of the Rangers nowadays, which is unfortunate, but I mean, now we have the group summon, so if you want a copy, you can pull for it. Perfect. I'm not gonna say you want to put Cannaaaa on a thing, so let's see, are there any other limiteds? Okay, Holiday Euphine.
I honestly just pulled her just because she was unlimited, but other than that, I really don't know what she does. I think her artifact, okay, I'm reading her artifact, increased effectiveness like 30%, 26% chance to stun the enemy after using a basic skill. I honestly don't really see anybody using Champion's Trophy, because aren't there a lot more better warrior artifacts in the first place too? I
think Champion Trophy is Conqueror Lilius' best in slot artifact. Personally,
oh really? And not the 4-star that you get?
The 4-star?
The music box?
I think music box is so fucking troll. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I give the whole enemy team like immunity, and I'm like, dude, I fucking want to die, bro. Like, I'll like, okay, for instance, like the other day I was playing, like I tried it for a game. I'd Conqueror Lilius Eda, right? And I fucking gave Rimuru, like a Rimuru team, full immunity. And I was like, this is over now, because I can't fucking stun anything in the game. Like, you know, I didn't do enough damage to kill. So, I don't really like that artifact. That being said, I would never pull Holiday Euphine for her artifact. As a new player building towards Wyvern 13, I pulled Mui and Clarissa. Anyone have a preference? I think Mui is better. Sorry. But yeah, I think visually she looks okay. I don't think she's actually the worst character in RTA, to be honest. But then Lua came out, and it, you know, I mean, that's a lot of characters, but especially Holiday Euphine, like, Lua really fucks up Holiday Euphine. So I think she's probably, she might unironically be like one of the first like C to D tier characters. Like truly
Agreed.
C or D feeling characters. I can't really decide. But okay, so that's Holiday Euphine. Are we missing any of the limits? Oh, okay. How do you feel about Summertime Iceria?
Oh man, she was one of the first. Wait, she's also a triple S. Sorry, I have two characters at triple S's. She was my very first triple S character.
Wow, you have triple S on like the
I
best
went all
fucking
out
characters.
for.
Holy shit. Okay.
I maxed triple S there and I got 0 artifacts.
Wait, 0? Like you literally did not
0.
pull a single.
And I had to trade in 1 copy for bomb artifact, and I had to potion it all.
So is your
No.
wait? So what is your bomb thing at?
It's plus 30 because I potioned and maxed.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. That's fucking unfortunate, to be honest.
I know. I was really shocked to see 0 artifacts in her banner.
Okay,
oh,
so
gosh.
here's the thing for me about Summertime Iceria. I think
she's
like,
fallen off.
Yeah, I think she's definitely fallen off, but I also think that we can't understate how good how good she can be if people just aren't thinking about her. Right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of times if someone picks Peyra or someone picks Ran, you nowadays, right? You pick these characters and people are like, "Oh, okay, well, you know, like I'm going to pick Ed or I'm going to pick like units like Designer a little bit." And like they don't they don't let you go down the Summertime Iseria route. But if you are allowed Summertime Iseria, right? Like, attack buff Summertime Iseria still kills fucking everything in the game. For the most part. Especially in Guild Wars, which, you know, we're not even really talking about here. But I still think she's really good. I think it's debatable whether or not you put her in S or A. I don't think she's a B tier character because I think her artifact
I would put her at A.
Yeah, I think her artifact is too good in terms of value. Her artifact also kind of gives you, I don't know what you would call it. It's like, I don't know if it's like FOMO necessarily. It's like not fear of missing out like on an activity, but it's more so like if you don't have a plus 30 bomb artifact and you don't land one time, you want to like fucking, you know, like throw your headset off, right? So I would say she's here. Mori also mentioned that her value like kind of goes up and down based on how good you think Pirate Captain Flann is. I did a video on Pirate Captain Flann, and honestly, people are picking Destina too much for me to ever pick that unit, so I think Pirate Captain Flann is a little sus. But I still think that she's an A tier character. And you agree, right? Like, you think she's an A tier character
agree
as well? But yeah, I think this character is fine in A. I definitely think in terms of the artifacts and usability of the character, she's probably equal to Cerise in usability. Honestly, for like how much you might see her in PvE and or like for as much as you see Cerise in PvE, you probably see Summertime Iseria in PvP. But Cerise's
I've only
artifact
really
is just
seen her in PvP. Haven't really seen her in PvE for Summertime Iseria.
Oh, sorry. What I mean when I say PvE for Summertime Iseria, I mean like GVG, like
GVG. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Sorry, that content to me also kind of, because the AI is kind of playing. You know what I mean? It kind of just reminds me of like, you know, it's like an automated. What's up, Co-op? Okay. Are we missing any other limiteds? Let's see.
We're missing Diene.
Diene. Wait, where's Diene?
I think that's the last limited that we're missing. Oh, and Landy too.
Oh, ooh, Landy. Okay, we can start with Landy first. Do I not see Diene on this list? No, I see her. Okay. We'll put her. I'm gonna put her at in the queue. Okay, I think Landy is really, really good herself, but I think that Landy's artifact is dog shit.
It's the order, Wall of Order thing. I honestly was using her artifact before I got Guiding Light, and it just doesn't really proc.
Yeah.
Never procs. I don't like her artifact at all, but I do agree with terms of usability. See her a lot in, let's say, PvE, GVG, so definitely A is solid for her. But yeah, I think it's because of her artifact. It's kind of brings her down a little bit.
Yeah, she is kind of like the opposite of Cerise, which is kind of funny because Cerise is also like Cerise's artifact is who you put on Landy. So but like the thing about Landy here too is that like while Landy is like really good for PvE and PvP, arguably in a lot of cases, especially when you're not like, you know, only fighting legend players, I think Wall of Order is so like, not only is Wall of Order bad, right? The thing about Wall of Order, and the reason why you used to use Wall of Order on someone like Operator Sigurd, by the way, is because you were fighting not Hua Young, but FCC, right? And the reason why Wall of Order was decent, right, was because you were relying on the fact that there were 4 barriers, and I think Wall of Order at max. Hold on, let me pull this up. Actually.
It's 4% at 1 copy, and then it's 8% at max copies. I don't think you want to bet on 8%.
So that's
especially for a plus 30.
So you could almost justify Wall of Order on Operator Sigurd in the past because you were fighting Fallen Cecilia, right? And then it would be a 32% chance, usually minimum, right? Because you're getting 4 barriers, to get a Gab. But now people are picking Operator Sigurd into like Hua Young, who is now, by the way, even more nerfed. And she only usually has 1 buff herself, maybe 2 at max. And a 16% chance of proc Gab is dog shit. And most of the time, if you just have Guiding Light, you can kill Hua Young anyways. So, like, she might actually have one of the most useless artifacts in the game right now. Which is why I'm hesitant to put her at, like, A. Because, like, Cerise, like, Guiding Light is so fucking OP. Like, you will see Guiding Light in, like, every fucking game. And you could, like, maybe see Cerise in an Expo team, right? And while Landy might be really fucking OP, right, for PvE, and, like, sometimes in PvP, you will never see her artifact. Ever.
Yep.
Like, period. Which is kinda shit. And I don't really know how I feel about it.
I think they balance them out each other, so A would probably be a good solid pick.
Yeah, I think if anything, she's definitely the top of A. Like, maybe like a little bit ahead of Summertime Iceria, just because of how good she is as a character. She's just a well-rounded DPS, to be honest, for like all kinds of content. And honestly, it takes very little for Landy to come back to like being a very strong character. So I think she's always going to be at the top of A for me. But I don't think I can put her in S, and I don't think I can put her in B. Personally.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Surely her artifact will get buffed. Okay, how about Diene? What do you think about Diene?
I think
my opinion first, and you can go ahead.
I think she was really, really strong in RTA, even in PvE wise. I used her in what was it called, Labyrinth and such, to do my weeklies and everything. And also, I think there was a Soul Weaver buff in RTA. Was like +7 speed? I'm not really too sure. I really play that much.
There was.
So I would say she was really solid. But what was the artifact? Let me double check.
I think it's Unfading Memories, right?
I think she's still like an A or B. I do see her legitimately every single time in PvP back when I played in RTA. But I have her. I don't really see Unfading Memories since I use I think Rod of Amoralis. So I would need your opinion on Unfading Memories because I'm not really too familiar with the artifact here. I'll put her at an 8 though, because she's just a solid Soul Weaver.
I think. Okay, personally, I fucking hate Diene. I think Diene is so.
I hate her
bad.
too.
I think, like now, especially now, right? It's impossible to hit that 300 Diene shit now. Like it's like really fucking hard to do that. I think she's like 115 speed.
Yeah.
And granted, again, I'm not saying like I hate her. I know that she's still usable in some situations, but the sort of way that it feels like you have to play with Diene is just not how I imagine. Like I would ever want to play EpicSeven. Because if you want to play more aggressive, you would use someone like Moon Bunny, or you would use like Ran, or you use Flann or someone. If you want to play tankier, you would go Mediator, you would go Destina, something else like a better, more tanky Soul Weaver. Diene is in like this middle ground, kind of the same with Amelia, honestly, where they kind of feel lost right now in terms of where you would pick these Soul Weavers. That being said, while I think personally I would put her usability as a character like low A, high B. In terms of both PvE and PvP content. By the way, she's really not bad for PvE. I think she's actually pretty good for PvE. Her artifact, I think, is surprisingly good. So if you're not familiar, by the way, Kisu, what they changed her artifact to be now is that it used to just be like a random like rinky-dink heal or something. Now what it is that you get like a slightly increased amount of healing from her artifact, but also it gives you 25% ER now.
Okay, that's actually not that bad.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a better
Rod?
No, like it's kind of like a slightly better why am I forgetting what it's called? Shamadra staff. It's kind of like a better Shamadra staff. The difference being that like Shamadra staff, obviously like you get healing from other sources, right? So it increases healing sources. It's not just like the exact heal, but I don't think you would use Unfading Memories on Diene. I like it specifically on Destina because I still kind of subscribe to that kind of like ER Destina a little bit. And one of my problems with Destina, I feel like, is that when you're running her as the ER variant, she doesn't really heal that much. Because you don't, like, you S2 one character, but then that's it. And you're kind of waiting for your S3. Like, you don't want to use your S3 because you're trying to save it for, like, an AOL S3, or when your whole team is dead, or when a priority target is dead, right? So you're kind of at the mercy of using her skill 2 to CR push people, and that's like your only cycling that you have. But if you have Unfading Memories, every time that you S2, your whole team gets healed, which I think is kind of good. I think that's kind of value, because you really are on like you're running on fumes when you're not S3ing. But yeah, I like Unfading Memories. So personally, if you want to put her high B or low A, I think that's fine. But I would not put her in S. I would not put her in C.
Yeah, I definitely think that the high B, low A is understandable. But personally, I just never really use Unfading Memories. But how would you think about Unfading Memories versus like Rod? Because I see Rod used a lot. Well, I also use Rod on the end too.
On her, I don't think I would ever use Unfading over Rod. Just because I think like the amount that you heal on Rod on one target, I think is so absurdly high.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I think you can kind of compensate with barriers and anti-crit for DN, right? And I think you need to be a little higher tempo, because like usually when one person's getting low, you're kind of like, oh fuck, okay, like let's keep going, like
yeah.
You know. But I think if you're trying to give like a smaller-ish heal, that's just AoE, it's like I think it's arguable, because I think the exact like hold on, I have it right now. Let me go look at the artifact. I think it's Unfading Memories is 7.5% heal to all allies after using a non-attack skill, right? Versus Rod of Amaryllis, which at plus 15 is 18%. So it's almost
so
2
double.
and some change. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think in most situations that I see DN, you're not really worried about your overall team's health, because most of the time they have barriers and they have anti-crit, and you're not fighting like 5 AoEs at a time. You're kind of just healing one person, right? So I think that, like, especially because people were running like DN Hua Young, DN APOC or whatever, I think that makes DN more valuable on Rod of Amaryllis, personally. Also, getting Unfading Memories at triple or at plus 30 is fucking super whale. Like, that is
Isn't
so
that like
whale.
Copium? You get plus 30.
Yeah, because it's like, it's a limited characters artifact that you would want plus 30. That even if the math panned out. Wait, actually, do you know what
I think you would rather plus 30 Guiding Light instead of Unfading Memories.
Yeah. Wait, do you know what the max is actually on her?
I can double check.
Is it double? Is it 15% at max?
It says it's 10% after using a non-attack skill at level max over here.
10%? Okay, got it.
But it's for characters, so it's a team heal.
10% again is like not insignificant, but I still think not as good as what is. I think Rod's is like 25 or 30, right?
Yeah.
I think both of those are better.
I'll give her a low 8 then, because she's still usable in a lot of instances.
Unfading is limited? Yeah, Unfading is DN's artifact. I'm pretty sure that's an artifact you pull when you have DN on banner. You might be thinking of Celestine. Celestine is not limited. But Celestine has DN's art on it. Or has her on it, but that's not a limited artifact. Okay, are we missing any other limiteds?
I think that's all the limits that we can pull right now. Luna, Diene, Landy, Holiday Euphine, some SSB, Cerise, F10A, and Cecilia. That's all the limiteds we have.
Okay. Alright, you want to go through male, female characters first, or how you want to do this? I think
we can just go by order. Or let's do like Valencia, Aramintha.
Okay. Right,
I need to check what Valencia's artifact is though.
It's Valencia's Wrath. It's
Oh, so it's the artifact she needs, yeah.
Yeah, so Valencia's Wrath is the, if you don't know what it is, it's I believe it's 15% crit chance now, and you increase CR by like 5 or 10% when you do an extra attack.
I would give her at a solid A, just because I honestly think that I just encountered her so much in RTA. I'm not too sure about PvE. I rarely
definitely
use her in PvE.
not. Definitely
yeah,
not.
definitely not. But just purely off PvP, she's a really solid pick to just kill ARAVs or any other like bruiser-ish.
Yeah, I think I think Alencia is really good for dealing with, teams that have buffs. She does really well into Diene. She does really well into Landy. Does really well into basically any character that wants to buff your team, like basically
because there's these ships, right?
Yeah, Peyra especially, I think, loses like a lot to Alencia when people, like a lot of people right now, there's like some people that are banning like DJB, who's actually the premier counter to Peyra, but I think Alencia still does really well into Peyra because you can like, knock out or strip the escort or like stealth, which kind of like removes, Peyra's whole gimmick, right, which is like hiding in the pocket. Her artifact, I think, is pretty usable on a lot of warriors. A lot of the warrior bruisers actually.
To supplement the crit chance too, right?
Yeah, 50% crit chance I think is can't be understated, I should say, or underrated. Because you definitely want it on Alencia, but you could probably get away with using Alencia's artifact on like Shu and stuff like that too. Trying to think. I mean, I guess you don't really need it that much though, because like her artifact, I think at plus 15 is pretty good by itself. I don't think you really need the increased chance for CR push or the increased CR that much on Alencia. So I'm almost curious. No, I think you'd still put her at 8. I think she's a solid PvP character. And one of the more seen PvP characters as like one of the more supporty DPS. I think it's okay to put her at A. And you said you would put her at A as well, right? Is that right?
Yeah, I'll put her like mid A, low to mid A, just because I don't really see any other character using Alencia's Wrath. I specifically use her for her artifact too.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I think that's fair. Aramintha.
I honestly have never seen her before. I don't even use her in my PvE or PvP. I don't know if she got a rework or not, but she looks cool.
Does Aramintha come with Edica's Scepter?
Edica's Scepter, 25% chance to decrease skill cooldown by 1 turn at the beginning of the turn.
Okay, so that's who comes with. Also, sorry,
Yes.
I'm literally like I was looking at the list, but then I realized I literally have like a maximum broken Edica's that I need to put together. Anyways, okay, that aside,
you have an MLB Cough Whale,
dude. I've actually never pulled for Edica's Scepter before because I always think that like book is better. I think her artifact is okay, like at best okay, on someone like Carrot, but I think most people would rather just have book on Carrot. And that's like her best case scenario. I think best case scenario for Edica's. Some people use it on Angel of Light, which is decent, but I don't know. It feels kind of weird. Chad, I'm recalling Hua because I don't care. Should I pick Lua or what? You can't pick Lua from this list. Or sorry, I don't think you could pick Lua, can you, for a recall? Wait, actually, can you? Wait, you can? Oh fuck, that's kind of OP.
Wait, you can pick Lua?
Not for this. For recall. Well, I'm kind of surprised. I would have thought that they don't let you do that. Huh. Yeah, I mean, Lua's pretty OP, but I wouldn't recall Hua if you don't have a single Hua, to be honest. Okay, sorry. That being said, I think Aramintha herself, I think, is a bit untested still. I don't think she's nearly as bad as people think she is. That being said, I think we keep entering this period in EpicSeven where no one is really like there aren't that many people that are willing to play the game without some form of cleanser, right? Even before we had Destina kind of take over the game in terms of how good she is as a cleanser, we had like made Chloe and shit like that before. So debuffing these characters and Mediator Cowrick, of course, but like ever since Mediator Cowrick got his buff, cleansers have basically never existed, or debuffers have basically never existed without some like weird gimmick to them, right? Ran also kind of gets punished, and if you're trying to go like Ran and Aramintha, like you're double dipping into debuffs, and then people are gonna go, like Ed, Sage Ball, stuff like that, whatever. So it's a bit hard to play Aramintha, and her artifact is also not that good. So honestly, I don't know what your opinion of her is, but I would actually put her at C. Damn near D, actually.
I would honestly put her at C or D just because I never see her in PvP, never see her in PvE, and not even Expos or Guild Wars, etc. too. And I don't really see Etika Scepter either. And I honestly, in the group summon tier list, I don't think she's a priority at all compared to the other characters too.
She's also, you can, not that you would, but you can also get her. Like, she's one of the few characters on this list that you can get at the very start of the game.
Oh, really? Yeah, just put her at D.
Yeah, I think, not that you would ever do it, but actually, yeah, after some careful thought, I think she might be the worst character to pull on this list.
That's brutal.
She's not even a good imprint either. Like, our Silverblade Aramintha also sucks ass.
Oh, no.
Okay, what do you think about Aria?
I would put her at a B. Like, I find her a bit situational, but the thing is that there's a lot of strippers too in the game, but I wouldn't necessarily say that she's a priority. Hold on, let me go double check what her artifact is.
Her artifact is, I think it's the one that, like, it lets you strip, or it's like a 60-something% chance of strip or whatever, and then you have like a different list of debuffs than Seer Ren that you can apply.
Oh, okay.
I actually
I need the Mage artifact too, but then you have Book, which is probably isn't it one of the best in the game?
Yeah, Book is pretty OP. That's true.
Yeah, so I would rather probably put her at like B or C. I wouldn't say she's a priority, but she is a waifu.
So here's kind of my thing about Aria, right? I think if you don't have the gear already for her, right? I think she's actually a D tier character. Because there is no value in her very minimal value in her artifact. And she has one of the weirdest sets of gear in the game.
Wait, what does she need?
She wants to be like a soul weaver, but she needs to be like really fast, but also really she needs to be a mid-speed, high tanky ER.
Yeah, I've only seen ER Aria, and so you can't strip off her counter attack buff.
Yeah, like you need like actually, let me look at my Aria real quick. I'm pretty sure I think my Aria is defense ring, which is crazy. Oh, let me see. Yeah, I have, you want like 130 ER on Aria, but you also don't want to go an ER ring, which is really weird. Yeah. Like, she's really, like, yeah, okay, if you're gonna go lifesteal, I think the set is even fucking weirder, to be honest, because I think Aria is only good if you have Bastion at that case, and then now you're committing Bastion of, what is it called? Bastion of Hope? Is that what the name is?
Bastion of Hope.
The one that gives you ER. That one, because then you're committing that to Aria, right? Which I think is kind of a blunder, because there's a lot of characters that want Bastion. So I like to use like the most versatile kind of build on units most of the time, by the way, Kisu, kind of just giving some of my thought process. Yep. So I have Book on my Aria. And I have like a tanky 130 ER Aria, so I don't get stunned by Stene. I don't really get stripped by zero F hand guy. That's my Aria, and she's like 260 speed. That's what I like the most, and she's like, I used to run lifesteal, but I think lifesteal you literally need to be triple S or else she like dies to anything. But with how high gear score she needs to be, and how niche she honestly usually is, I think she's actually like a low B, like C tier character.
I would give her a C just because her artifact I just never seen. Why would you put her over like Book or Bastion of Hope too, right? And you wouldn't specifically pull her unless, I guess, you're just missing the Pokédex one too, right?
Yeah. I know we changed the title, but I feel like the title insinuates that the list is biased for pulling first-time hero journal completion stuff. I'm not even gonna think about it. Okay, fuck it. I'm not editing the title.
It's okay.
Okay, yeah, I think High C is fine. She's super gear intensive, and she again is kind of a last pick to answer certain drafts like Hua Young and APOC, but I don't think anyone's even recently played like that. She also kind of got a nerf because not a nerf, but she's gotten definitely weaker because of DJB. Like that is not an easy character to play anymore. But okay. All right. Fireball, I think, is actually the worst character to pull in the game.
Yeah, I think he's also a D, just because I've never seen him used. I don't even know what his artifact is, and I've only seen Sage Ball.
Yeah.
I don't think he would be a prio pick, just because.
Actually, okay. Here's what I'll say.
Imprint.
I actually think. So here's the thing. Fireball is actually really good in Earth Expedition. Like, really fucking good. Like, really, really good. Like, I can't understate it. He's probably one of the best in slot characters for Earth Expo, which is kind of cope because it's fucking Earth Expo. But Aramintha doesn't really do, like, okay, Aramintha you can maybe see, like, 1 in, like, 50 games in PvP, but I don't know if that's better than seeing Sage, like, Fireball and Cezanne, who's the best in slot for Earth Expo, which gives Golem mats.
I don't think you would want to prioritize Golem mats over Wyvern, so...
He's okay, to be fair, Sage Ball's imprint, by the way, is also not bad.
Its effectiveness is... or effectiveness for his self-imprint.
The effectiveness is actually understatedly strong. So is the AoE imprint. The AoE HP is also really nice, because most of the time Sage Ball teams don't want to die, right? So if you spread HP to the whole team, that's actually kind of value. Okay, I think I actually put Fireball ahead of Aramintha. I think Aramintha fucking is, like, actually the worst character ever. Fireball has, like, 1% value in his imprint, and, like, 0% because he has actually the worst artifact in the game. Way worse than any other that I've ever seen. What is it? Last tea time? What does it fucking do? Chance to decrease cooldown or something? Yeah, when using an attack that targets all enemies, increases damage dealt by X% with a something percent chance to decrease cooldown by 1%. That is so situational and so RNG that dog shit. Okay. We agree he's both D. Alright, Basar.
Oh man, I honestly don't use them at all. I only use DJ Basar. So I don't really have anything for him. I'd say B or C, but then again, wait, let me go look at his artifact. I don't think he would be a prio.
It's Crown.
Oh, it's Crown? Okay, I'd say he's a B then, because Abyssal Crown you can always use like on Poly and such.
I think Basar is going to see a bit of a resurgence with how people are playing right now with like mid-speed and stuff. Because I don't think I think there's a few people that still kind of disrespect that he fucking it's 40%, right? He pushes back 40%. I'm not forgetting this wrong.
Wait, 40? 30?
30.
Yeah, 30.
That's what it is, 30.
Still a lot.
30% is really fucking high. Now that being said, he's 108 base speed, so 115 post buff, which is okay, but any ignore ER strip unit in the game, like, always has to have a bit of value or a bit of respect put to their name, right? Now, whether or not you should actually pull him for imprints, I think is totally, I think, subjective. I think DJB's imprints are not bad. Getting that free ER so you can focus on something else on DJB is fine. I would never pull DJ or Basar rather for himself, for his own imprint. He's AoE spread effectiveness imprint. I don't think that's super great on Basar because most of the time you're soul burning S3 anyway. And then like most of the time just getting like 4 strips is gonna win you the game anyway. However, I think Crown is the reason why I put him at B instead of C. Because DJB imprints, not that important, not that worthwhile. Like, it's okay. Again, like, you don't hate it, but it's not something you will for. But Crown, I think, is probably the premier, quote-unquote, anti-cleave artifact for mages, right? I think Sage Ball can sometimes use Abyssal Crown, though a lot of people will use Proof of Valor and Bastion of Hope or whatever. But Politis, I think, counter Politis, I think, has her best artifact as Crown. I actually think Fairy Tale Tenebria's best artifact is probably also Crown. But these two characters, again, are kind of situational. DJ and Polly maybe less so, but you can live with a plus 15 Crown too. Sorry, so where do you think, where would you put a Violet?
Well, I would put DJ. Oh, sorry, not DJB. Basar at B as a lower B though, just because it is kind of situational and he's not really that much of a priority, and his stats are a bit, right, speed stat wise.
Yeah,
solid B.
Yeah, I think solid B is. I think solid B is fair too. When we start to order these characters, it's gonna look really weird, but I think that's okay.
But I still do like Abyssal Crown though with Basar.
Mori, they have, but to be honest, if every DJ and Politis moved to Violin, I think I would never fear Politis ever again. Because then I would just run Ran and like Soulburn S3 and kind of just run a train on them. Like, I think there's nothing you could do at that point. I think you would just die, in fact, actually. Okay. Alright, let me see. Bellona? Alright. I'm gonna start first. I think Bellona might also be the worst fucking character. I think Bellona might actually be... No, I think Bellona's below Aramintha. Aramintha you could maybe see in PvP. I think Bellona has been power crept in every single way possible, and her artifact sucks balls. Like, holy shit.
What did she do again? Is she like an AoE type of thing?
So,
or worse for ML Vivian?
Okay, so it's been a while since I played Bellona. So this is how she works, okay? So Bellona's S3 is an AoE death break, okay? Now the thing about it though is that like it's an AoE death break, it's like 80% chance to death break. But when you have like max stack or something, you proc her, or you like when you have max proc or something, or max focus, when you S1 with her, she S3s. But her S2 is like one of the most disgustingly bad like skills in the game. Okay, listen to this. Attacks all enemies by waving a fan. Increase damage with more enemies. Grants the caster immunity for 1 turn after attacking. That's an S2 in EpicSeven. Just self-granted immunity that's an AoE for 1 turn.
But won't she usually just die in the turn because she's kind of squishy too, right?
Exactly.
So she can probably only press 1 skill and die the next turn for
yeah,
survivability.
She pretty much goes S3, S2, S1, but like in between your S2 and your S1, you might just be dead. So
yeah,
she kind of sucks. Iron Fan is probably tied for being the worst artifact in the game, if not the worst artifact in the game, because pretty much everyone would rather use Daydream Joker or some other artifact for damage. Yeah. You could maybe argue that she has some use in PvE, but virtually every single team that you would want to play, or every single character you would ever want to use for a PvE setting, would just be better with a 3-star or a 5-star equivalent. Like Celine does pretty good, or doesn't need it, or you would have, like, I don't know, like Free Spirit Tieria, any of these characters. Like, I definitely think she is bad. But yeah, wait, so how do you feel about Bellona?
I agree, because I never see her in any PvP, PvE, especially when I was climbing, artsy, never, PvP, never. So yeah, I agree it's a D. Her artifact doesn't sound too good too.
Yeah, I know some of these like you probably won't be like super familiar with. To be honest, I myself am not super familiar with them because they fucking suck. Anyways, let's move on. Cecilia.
Ooh, I do like Cecilia, but it's only SSC, not the actual Fire Cecilia. What's her artifact?
Rise of the Monarch.
I don't think I've ever seen it used.
I think Rise of the Monarch is the one that gives you defense percent, and a barrier.
I don't think you would even want to pick her though, because she's on the upgrade banner right now.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
see.
Well,
Yeah,
to be fair, it
I'll
lasts
say
a long
the
time. Though.
Just
Like
wasting
the banner
years.
does a lot. But yeah, like she's. Yeah, especially right now, you definitely don't want to pull Cecilia. But I think the custom banner goes on for a little bit. So if you were to do that, I think that's fine. Where would you put her?
I'll probably put her at like a C or D. I, for one, never really see her in PvE or PvP. And let's see. I guess the only what's SSC's imprint?
HP percent.
HP percent. I guess if you are really wanting to build SSC, you could try and get her, but definitely wouldn't be a priority. Especially, I guess her artifact is just not.
She does also have spread ER, which is kind of nice sometimes if you're trying not to get debuffed. Like sometimes you can run, like you can self-imprint yourself as APOC Ravi, and then do like FCC spread, and then like if you have Made Chloe or someone, or if you have someone that has like Shamadra staff, you can give like, you know, ER to the whole team. That being said, that's like a really niche case, and only like a few players play like that.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you though. Like there are some people definitely that can use Fire Cecilia in expos and stuff like that, but I think just in general that does not
really help her out.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna put her lower. I think she's in the same tier as Balances on, where even though they're good in expos, they're still like, and you know,
not
again,
really
like,
used anywhere else, right?
Yeah, and like even though they may be decent as imprints, they're just not really. Like Cecilia is definitely better than Balances on. Don't get me wrong, but there's no way that you can justify picking this character.
Yeah.
Okay, Celine.
Well, I do like her a lot. Let me see. What's her artifact?
Secret Storm.
Ooh. It's kind of hard because I also use Celine a lot only for PvP though, not much for PvE. I guess Guild Wars I solemnly see her a little bit. But enemy uses a non-attack skill, increases combat range to 24%, has 100% increased attack. I actually do think that it's pretty solid, so maybe an high B, low A. Because she's always good for going against people who use like a non-attack skill.
Okay.
I'll give her an A. Actually, I'll give her an A. She's pretty useful.
I think this character, for me, her value comes in two forms, okay? Yes, like, well, I will acknowledge first off that yes, technically she does fine against Lua. Like Lua, for instance, right? Kind of gets countered by Celine, and Lua's like one of the new hot characters right now, right? And Lua, by the way, doesn't get countered by Politis or like most other characters. The only character that really counters Lua like 1-for-1 for pressing any button is pretty much Celine, because you can't really sleep her, and even if you do sleep her, right, like she's just gonna like snap cleanse out, right? Because you know you can, she cleanses herself when she gets when a non-attack skill goes. So
yeah, I think
like,
that's a really big one for her self cleanse, and
but
then she has a CR push with it.
Yeah, but even more so, like you're not gonna like you're hitting blue Lua onto like green Celine, so like that interaction's rarely, if ever, it doesn't even matter. Anyways, I think Celine's value though grows or rises or like falls depending on how value you think, or how value you feel ML Celine is, because ML Celine's imprint is crit chance, and Celine's best artifact, both Celine's best artifact in my opinion, is Secret Storm. So Secret Storm being an artifact that you actually need to be plus 30, I think kind of forces you to think about whether or not you think that Celine is good, based on, or I guess like Celine and how good she is dependent on how good her imprint and how good her artifact is. Because she herself is just like okay, you get one copy, she's not unlimited, she's not like whatever, you get her, and then like even if you like have her, sometimes she's not the best. But ML Celine is a pretty legitimate anti-cleave option a lot of times, especially if you're able to cut with Secret Storm. And Secret Storm itself, I think, has always just been a very good artifact, especially post-buff. So if you think she's if you think she's an low A character, I would agree, because every single aspect of this character is usable. Artifact, character, imprint, and she has a pretty good artifact, to be clear. But it's just, for me, I don't know if I would put her as a B tier, because I think she's better than, I think, every single
all of those ones so far. Yeah, I'll say a low A, not a super high A. It's gonna give her high B, low A.
Because I would definitely think she's better than Zahhak for his artifact. Anyways, for artifact and for everything else, right? Draco Plate, though usable, like, is still good, which, again, like, Celine's artifact is also good. Shepard's also good. Karon's also good. Celine, again, more usable. Like, Karon doesn't have an imprint yet. Luna's, like, whatever. Zahhak's imprint is, like, whatever. F10A's imprint is good. Like, Celine's artifact is also good. Fairy Tale Tenebria is probably actually closer tied to Celine, to be honest, because they're
just
both...
because of the imprint for S10A?
Well, for
and
both,
then the
right? Like
nightmare.
She herself is usable, though, like, kind of arguably. The imprint is good, right? The artifact is good, and then that's kind of everything we're listing off for Celine, right? Like, Celine's imprint is good, she herself is usable, her artifact is good, right? Which is not something you could say about all the other 4 characters in this list.
So A would be good.
Yeah. The thing is, though, if you're gonna move Fairy Tale to A, you're gonna have to move Celine to A as well.
But then you don't really see F10A that much in PvE and PvP. Because you're only really using it for imprint, and I don't think imprints would be that much of a focus for
you don't
people
really
at
see
my
Celine in PvE as well either, right?
PvE, I guess, in GVG, though.
Well, you could use F10A, I think, in GVG teams. It just kind of depends what... I would definitely agree. You probably don't see... You would not use F10A as much as you'd use, like, Peyra.
Yeah.
Or as much as you would use Celine. But... I don't know, Maury. I think making your anti-cleave better and or giving imprint to Spectre Tenebria is really value. For both of these characters. Like, both of... Like, if you can give 3 good qualifiers or 3 good traits to a character, I think they're... Because I personally cannot separate these two. Because to me, their value is so equivalent. Like, they have very good aspects to them. Like, both aren't used in PvP or in PvE, but they both provide, like, good imprints, good artifacts. The artifacts are ones that you kind of, like, do enjoy pulling. Like, if you get one, you're happy about the fact that you pulled them. So, like, it's hard for me to tear the two apart. Like, if you think they're B, in my opinion, they're both B. If you think they're A, like, we can put them both in A. But I
would actually separate Celine with F10A just because of the fact that Celine I just encounter a lot more. Her artifact is good, and then the thing is that the F10A, I've never really seen her in RTA. I do understand the imprint's super, super good for S10A, which kind of boosts her up to A, but I just really can't see F10A as herself used in PvP.
What about
unlike
her artifact,
Celine.
too?
Yeah, artifact is only for A Meru, though, and I think Caesarado, I guess, but you wouldn't really want to go multiple copies.
CZ's a big hope, but I do like... Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. There's a mage buff. RTA.
That's true.
That's true.
That also... Alright, I'm gonna leave it here. If we wanna move it later, like, we can leave this as, like, our spicy hot take. I
agree with Maury. With the artifact and imprint are a lot better, but Celine usability.
Oh yeah, you could also use F10A's already on Solitaria. That's true. You could also do it. Yo, congrats, Darkhip. Wow, we didn't even finish the list yet. Okay, I think Sermia is a pretty good imprint. Crit chance imprint on Lionheart Sermia is pretty fucking good. Sermia is also pretty much always used in Hall of Trials. But I don't know how good she is total.
Wasn't her artifact, or what's it called, artifact border coin? I think I actually checked. I think I selected her because of border coin.
Really? For who?
I have actually no idea. They just said grab a copy because I didn't have a copy.
Oh, for completion. Okay.
And yeah, LHC imprint too is very, very important for the crit chance. So I would say she's a solid B too as well. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing.
I actually have no idea what border coin does. Doesn't seem that good.
It increases speed and attack, I think.
Oh.
After every non-attack skill, which is decent for Conqueror Lilius.
Oh.
But again, I think there's better ones. What's the best emulator lately? It's LD Player 9 for sure. Wow, look at this. Look, I can do my little ad bit. There you go, bro. You can use my link. Okay, Anyways, I think in terms of being just an imprint, I think she's B, but I'm almost thinking like she's low B. Because I feel like people used to say Sermia is good because you could justify like getting border coin as well.
Mm-hmm.
But ML Kawazu doesn't even use border coin anymore. He used to, right? A lot of people used to use ML Kawazu.
Oh yeah, I think back at that time it was ML Kawazu that I had to go for because everyone was like cleaving.
But now
with
everyone
AoE.
uses Gators on him, the Hua Young artifact. So, like, it has to be like maybe
I think
C or
yeah, I think it's situational because I think if you were to select Sermia as of right now, it's only for LHC imprints. That's the only thing I would think of if you want to select her.
Like
yeah.
The issue is that she technically has the same level of importance or the same level of value in imprint to Celine.
Yeah.
But her artifact is like so niche now. Like it's so impossibly niche. Like it is so like despairingly niche actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the other thing is like, okay, well, like Celine's artifact for ML Celine is also crit chance, but I don't think you feel like when you say, oh yeah, you can give ML Celine more crit chance, I don't think like people are jumping out of their seats for that, right? Which is why I think it's hard for me to put Celine lower than Sermia, because Sermia is like usable by herself for Golem, obviously, and like for some holo trials.
But and you also get a free Sermia, don't you, from the newbie freebie event too?
So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna leave her like maybe like top of C for now.
Yeah.
Okay, Charles.
Oh, I don't really see him at all. Only really close to Charles for cleave comps. So let me go. What's his artifact? Let me go check his artifact. Charles. Oh, Justice for All. That's the artifact I put on Query. It's such a meme artifact.
Yeah. Query, though, is kind of Monka. I am not. Wait, give me 1 second, actually.
I had to have a tank when I was a new player. I had Query. But I would honestly wouldn't really put him at a E. Maybe high C, just the same as Sermia, just for the imprints. Like, what's close to Charles' imprint?
It's crit chance.
Oh, crit chance? That's actually really good. How often do people play close to Charles? I've only seen him not that often, though.
I think he's played a lot. Like, a lot more than you think. Like, pretty much any time, Kisu, anyone is slow, right? You instantly go, like, close to Charles, +1.
Dang, I've only seen like 2 or 3 close to Charles in all of my games in my RTA matches, but granted I am quite low on the ladder, so...
Like, closer plus, like, any speed DPS, I think is, like, super value. Like, a lot of people will go, like, closer Eda, closer Strays, closer Hua Young before she got nerfed used to be pretty good, too. I think closer Flitica is also really good.
Hua Young 2022.
Yeah. We can get to her on this list later. Okay, I'm gonna start to pick up the pace of this.
Yeah, I think low B.
Yeah. Low B. Okay, I think that's fair too. I think
high C, low B.
Fuck. I think you have to put closer and
Sermia for the imprint.
Together.
Yeah, for the crit chance too.
Okay.
All right, let's pick it up.
Okay. Charlotte. I do see her going against Violets. I've seen a bunch of Violets, so maybe like a B. What is Charlotte's artifact?
Little Queen's Crown, wasn't it?
Oh, I think Little Queen's Crown. Wait. Is that it?
Was it?
Hold
was
on,
it not? Check.
Actually, wait. I don't know how I would. How are you checking what artifact?
Oh, never mind. That's Chloe. My bad.
Oh no, that's.
You can go to the selector banner.
Oh, it's
Elbrus. Wait, Elbrus is really good for Bellona, so I wouldn't not A. I think I really like Elbrus just because of the fact of Bellona, and Charlotte, I think LQC is what's her LQC?
Defense percent.
Imprint? Yeah, Imprint's not that good, but Charlotte by herself, I guess, is really good for green units like Violet, right?
I think Charlotte. I don't think you're ever gonna fight Violet with Charlotte, but I think the one value that you do get out of Charlotte is I think Charlotte guaranteed hits Senya, right?
Oh yeah, Senya. There it goes. Sorry, it wasn't Violet. And sorry, Violet. Senya. Yes. So high B.
The thing is though, like,
my bad. I thought it was Little Queen's crown because she has a crown.
It's 88% if you're I mean, that's still better than usual, right? Like, I would not be upset with picking Charlotte into Senya.
Yeah, Remia, sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, Elbrus I think is really nice, and I think it's kind of mandatory for a lot of the counter knights.
Yeah.
Like, people don't really put respect on it, but you do need Elbrus on like Bellion, or you do need a copy of Elbrus on like Bellion and like the really weird knights, and even like the counter knights. Like, I know that there's some people that have like fuck, wait, maybe it's just Bellion. I'm trying to think, is there anyone else that has?
I only really see it on.
Armin also wants it.
Armin.
Yeah.
Armin.
I definitely think this is probably a equal to Basar character. I don't think she's bad, but like Charlotte herself is not super usable. But Elbrus is a really good artifact.
Yeah, situational.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Chloe.
I would put her at a D. I don't really know what she does.
Okay. Here's my little pitch for Chloe, right? I think Chloe is super bad if you're trying to use her for anything but the following. I think she is good as the irresistible, or I think she's good for the irresistible buff or debuff that you can give to apply onto Banshee. I think that's super value. I also think that Little Queen's Crown, is that what it's called? Whatever it's called?
Yep.
Chloe's artifact. I think Chloe's artifact is good on Shu.
Shu?
Yeah. Because, well, maybe it's less useful now, but Shu used to hit into Hua Young a lot, and Little Queen's Crown used to do a lot of damage. Like, to Hua Young. But a lot of people didn't have that artifact, so it was, like, kind of debatable. But I think that artifact in general is really nice on certain DPS that know they're going to be hitting into barriers. And some people do play that way, where they know that they're picking certain warriors, specifically because they'll do bonus damage to knights, or to barriers, rather. That being said, though, she's an okay imprint, I think, against, she's an okay imprint for Maid Chloe. Maid Chloe could always use the ER, either spread or self. But I don't know if being good for a Banshee one-shot, being good as a Banshee one-shot debuffer is enough to put her above some of these other characters.
Yeah.
I think she's pretty much, she's kind of got like Charles and Sermia syndrome.
Sermia.
So I think she's probably the worst. And actually, no, I think I'm gonna have to put her at the top of C. I don't think I could put her next to Sermia and Charles, because even though her imprint's okay and her artifact is okay, like it just doesn't feel right putting her next to these other characters, because she really is so damn niche, right? Because like not everyone is even going to be playing
Chloe
or like
comp
Wyvern, like, or like Banshee farming enough to the point where you need to be picking Chloe. Okay, let's go on to Shu.
Shu, I honestly think she's an A. Same with the just basically the same situation with the Lencha. Both of them are really good bruisers. Is also quite decent. Snow Crystal, and she's a menace in this XDD, man.
Yeah, I think I would actually probably put Shu ahead of Valencia because she's crit chance imprint. Shu herself, of course, is super fucking good.
She's so strong.
Snow Crystal is also really fucking annoying on like random people that have them on their knights, or on their warriors rather. But it's not like the greatest artifact in the world, honestly. You basically get one copy of it, or like maybe one per however many copy, and that's kind of all that I would pull for that artifact. But again, she is both very good herself and also crit chance imprint, so I'm definitely going to put her ahead of Valencia. But I think you would agree too, right? A?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
Sounds good.
is Aria weak? Why is she at D? Well, first off, she's not at D. She's in C. But I think she has too high gear requirement to really justify summoning her. And even when you do pick Aria is like a 4th or 5th pick character who now has to traverse a DJB like kind of centric meta, right? And even for like the new mages buff, right? Even if you take into consideration the fact that DJB is nerfed 7 speed, that still doesn't help the fact that Aria was supposed to be picked into like standard bruiser games, but nowadays like there aren't that many people that are going to be picking Hua as often, so she loses a little more value. And then, you know, there's Rimuru still around, there's DJB, there's still Landy, and all these like 100 different units that kind of force Aria to be a 4th or 5th pick. So I don't think she's that good. I'm gonna put her in C, bottom of C. Okay, Leica.
Oh, I've seen her. Wait, didn't she get a buff?
Yes, she got a 10 speed EE.
Wait, what the hell?
Yeah.
I've seen her a lot of the time in Elves' stream. She does like a dual attack, and now that her speed is a lot higher than usual, I would honestly think her usability, I guess only in really much of a PvP wise something. Say it's like a high B, low A. I'd say a high.
So
because don't you need the gear for her too?
Yeah, so Leica is now 124 speed, but
what the heck?
Yeah. So she's 124 speed, and I do think she's kind of good. Not only in PvP, but she also, there's like that one team I think that someone did with Strays in Banshee, where it's literally a 2-man Banshee team. Which is really like kind of interesting, right? Because, you know, 2-man and you can farm 2 friendship fodders at the same time. Now here's the thing about Leica, and you know, this is kind of, she's completely dependent on Guiding Light. But while that's the case, she does kind of well in enabling certain attack buffer or strong S1 speed DPS, like Strays or Eda, right? Like you can S2 with either of them and like push up like both of them forward, or like, you know, Eda, because you use a non-attack skill, will get pushed up. Strays will use his S1 push up, and that's kind of like what I've seen a lot from people that use command model Leica in PvP. That being said, though, her artifact Low Wings is pretty niche. Like, not even, like, it used to be kind of usable for Flann, but now it's like insanely niche. Like, to the point where you don't even use it on Flann. So realistically, no one's using her artifact. So
like a mini FSC passive.
Sorry, say again?
It's like a mini FSC passive. Get a shield.
Her S2?
Or her artifact,
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, like you do get like a bit of a shield, but again, like I don't think like that's super worthwhile to be pulling off of Banner. If you get Glow Wings off of Banner, you're probably gonna be like more upset, in my opinion, than for like any of these other artifacts, because it really is like one of the most unusable Ranger artifacts. But that's not really saying much, because pretty much all artifacts except for Guiding Light are unusable on Rangers.
Yeah, Guiding Light is like too strong.
Yeah, pretty much everyone wants that artifact. Okay, I'm actually gonna put her low B. I'm almost considering just putting her in C, because like while she's decent, like the threat of getting just Glow Wings is so fucking bad. Like it kind of
I'll put her at C just because of the artifact, although her self character is decent.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Destina.
I do think that she's a solid Soul Weaver character, and Shimadra's staff, I think a lot of Soul Weavers do use it, right, too? So I would say it's an A, to be fair. I think PvP, she's super strong. PvE, I guess if you need a Soul Weaver to heal a little bit with Shimadra's staff, that's also great too. And her 3, you can revive your dead allies too. Nice as well.
I think Destina is a character who is really good in PvP, can definitely be used in PvE, and kind of does well. Like, her imprints, I think, are nice just in general, because I think they're not, like, super fucked up or anything. I think it's just
Yeah, it's like
HP
health and
her
ER.
Yeah, which I think is nice. Shamadra's staff, I will say, has kind of been power crept a little bit, again, by, I think, like, Unfading Memories. And I guess if you're running double Soul Weaver, Shamadra's okay. But I definitely think you can give Shamadra's staff to another character, like Maid Chloe, like your second Soul Weaver, if you're going to run double Soul Weaver. I'm hesitant to leave her in A. My
High
gut
B.
kind of wants me to put her at the top of B. But I'll leave her in A for now. Yeah, obviously a solid healer, a solid CR pusher. Doesn't really have many weaknesses now that Hua especially is dead. Or, you know, quote unquote dead, or, you know, people want to ungear Hua Young. I think Commander Pavel kind of gets countered by her, which is why she's kind of nice too. That being said, though, Commander Pavel, quote unquote, being countered by Destina is dependent on team more than Commander Pavel or Destina themselves. Because realistically, if you get like attack buff and you hit like Destina, you could fucking one-shot the Destina. It's usually that there's like mitigation and, you know, you can't really kill the Destina. All in all, I think the very bottom of A, I think is most reasonable.
Yeah, reasonable to me too.
All right.
I love Eda. I love Eda. What's her? I need to go check her artifacts.
It's Twilight Calamity.
Oh. I don't know about Twilight Calamity. I don't really see her use that. Because I personally, you have to have Book on her just to like have her max potential with the S2 or S3, S2. Or S2, S3, sorry. I think PvE wise, I don't really see her use. It's mostly in PvP in Cleave. So I would honestly just put her at a solid B.
Yeah, I would
Just
say...
because her artifact's not that useful. I would say fight over Book, let's say.
I think Eda is kind of an interesting case because her artifact... her artifact is kind of shit.
Yeah.
Her imprints are like mid at best. Like nothing to write home about. Not like crit chance imprint. Not even like attack or anything. Like self attack or anything. And the thing about Eda is that I think she's one of those characters where it's kind of like a force span. She's probably the best like fifth pick force span in the game. A lot of times if you have like Pero or something or Ran and you just end off the draft with Eda, they're just gonna ban the Eda like every day of the week. But the problem is that I feel like more and more, especially with the units like Ed, it's getting tougher and tougher to pick her. Since you're always at the threat of either dying to Armin, dying to Ed, or dying to like Bellion, right?
Yeah.
So I think I kind of actually... I think I have to leave her an A because she's definitely like a good unit, but like...
Her artifact's not that good though. I would give her a high B.
Yeah, it's more so like, I guess, if you would get her or not. I wish that there was like a B+, because I really would put her in like, kind of like in the tier between
in the
A
mid,
and B.
yeah, I would put her in the mid between two.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yep.
Okay, what do you think of Elena?
Elena, I actually don't really have anything for her. I mean, PvE, she's Soul Weaver, counter. I think what was it? She's a counter to like SSB or any AOE, right? And she pushes up, gives invincibility. But I'll give her a B. Let me go check her artifact too.
Shit, I don't remember. What is her artifact?
Looking at it. Oh, Stella Harpa.
Stella. Okay, I actually think... Okay, I think Emma Elena is an okay character. Like, she's
I thought
okay
she wasn't that good. Because she needs stats she needs a bit of everything. She's kind of like all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah, but she still kind of counters like Faithless Lytica, and I think Faithless Lytica is pretty good. Same with kind of like Closer Charles. Or those two characters are forced to pick, or like your opponent is forced to pick Politis, who is not always the best in every situation. That being said, I think her artifact is actually pretty good value. Stella Harpa, I think, is really, really nice for Roana. like understatedly nice for Rowana. Everyone just assumes that they have Stella Harpa on Rowana, but if you don't have it, it definitely feels much worse. Because if you can just randomly cleanse off like a debuff because you accidentally hit Rowana, like either with an AoE or just by herself naturally, I think there's huge value there. I'm still gonna leave her in C though. Where are you gonna put her?
Yep, sounds good.
Okay.
Or Valen? I think he's a meme unit.
I actually kind of like Irvine. I think most of the time Irvine does a good job of killing 2 units minimum.
But don't you need the quite high intensive stats for him though? Can't really build him.
Yes, but he's also crit chance imprint.
Oh, that's dang.
Yeah.
But that's huge value.
Yeah, he's also kind of good, I think. I think he can one-shot Banshee if you try hard enough. I think his artifact is also good. Discrescent is a really good artifact. I think if I could, I would try and get a plus 30 Discrescent, but my Irvine's already, I think, triple S. So I think he probably ties with like Basar or goes a little further than Basar.
Dang, reading about it. It's so good. It gives you 20% evasion and has a 15% chance to counterattack.
Yeah,
wait, that's actually insane.
It's pretty fucking good. I think it goes up to 30, by the way. A 30% chance to counter. Or 20 or something like that. Yeah, I
30.
think both of us, we can agree. Like, middle B character, definitely not like on the same tier as like Eda, Destina, Shu, Valencia. But I think he's definitely like hands and shoulders above like a Sermia imprint. Or like a Closer Charles imprint.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. Flann?
I do like my Flann, but Emma Flann, I think she got a buff, but I don't really see her used as much. I feel like she's very situational and she needs like intense speed gear too. But with like Lua and everybody coming out, I don't think she's a priority. I'll put her at like a C. Even with Unseen Observer, I think was the artifact. Gives you like a soul, but you wouldn't want to like max it out too. Especially when it's an Archranger artifact as well. Why use that over Guiding Light? I'd say it's like a CD.
I would say that Flann is one of those characters where if the opponent can't punish the pick, she's also like Eda in the sense where she's a force ban.
Yeah.
Most of the time. The only thing I have about Flann though is that her attack imprint is kind of invaluable. Like it's not an attack imprint, by the way, to herself. I meant like when you spread, like you can give, I think, like 12% attack, which is really nice when you're thinking about pulling on Flann herself. However, her artifact Unseen Observer doesn't do that much. It's like decent at best, I would say. So I would definitely say she's also B, but I would put
What's her base speed though?
I think 115 or 1. It's either 114 or between 114 and 116. I think it's 115 actually.
Got you. I just feel like her base stats are just a little bit too low for her to be at a B. Especially, you just definitely need to roll speed for her, and her artifact's not that good. So she herself is kind of hard to build.
Yep. Yeah, I think middle B is where I'm okay with. All right, what do you think about Haste? Actually, give your thoughts on Haste. I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
I honestly have no idea what Haste does, guys. I'm so sorry. My game froze, I can't double check, but hello everyone. 5 unseen servers and I hate it here. Oh no, Mori, I'm so sorry for you. Let me see here. For Haze, let me see, where's Haze? Fire. Oh yeah, didn't he get a buff that he's basically Fire Ran? But the main issue is that his base speed is too low. Yeah, so he does 2 buff. Yeah, so it's basically Fire Round, Bleeding and Decreased Defense, and then Unhealable and Fixed Round Vampire Touch. To be bad Fire Round. I remember when people were talking about him was that basically just a worser round. If you're able to get the speed, sure, but why pick him over round, right? However, I think it's like 110? 115? I'm actually not too sure. Was it 110? It was really, really low. However, his artifact, though, Rihanna and Lucilla, RNL, is insanely good. Such a high value. Oh, it's higher? Yeah, I'm not too sure about his base because I really don't use them. However, I think the value just of RNL, especially if you pick him in the banner. It's really good for thieves. I know that Para uses it, Ran uses it. Yeah, RNL is like instantly. I've died so many times to fucking RNL bullshit. It's so dumb. Like I versed the Ran, and he procced RNL like 3 or 4 times and just slaughtered my entire team. It was ridiculous. And then I guess you can use like RNL for other thief units too. Yeah, his imprint is low value. Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't really put him for BM Haste. I guess BM Blood Moon Haste was basically a counter to RB or any kind of revive unit, wasn't it? Or resurrect. I think it was resurrection. I don't really remember. I would personally say you're just honestly picking Haste just specifically for the artifact. Yeah, exactly as Maurice said. Yeah, he's waiting for the artifact for 108 power. Right, yeah, Rim and Ran artifact. Oh god. Yeah, if you were to pick, especially if you're just looking for the artifact and you need an RNL for your thief unit for Ran, Para, any sort of, I guess you can also, can't you put it on, Sid? Would you put this on Sid? Or no, I think there's, Wind Rider for Sid, right? So you can either do, yeah, I think there's Wind Rider. And also, the other thing is that he's also on the banner, so I wouldn't really use your custom drop rate. Yeah, City usually just want the damage to secure. So personally speaking, most likely you probably wouldn't want to put Haste. That's a good point because there is a drop rate banner on Haste. Yeah, for Sid is Wind Rider. The artifact is very important. But yeah, any sort of like Ran Para opener would be really nice. Or yeah, Ran specifically would be really nice too. I would say he's I mean, I guess he's a B. It's a B just for RNL. It's super strong, but he's on the banner too at the moment. Yeah, I can share. Oh, I'm gonna get some water too. I'll be right back.
Oh, hello. Oh, she's be right back? Oh, okay. What did she think of for Haste? Oh, Haste is for sure like a fucking... I don't know. I think Haste is probably like a C tier character. Yeah, it's only for artifact. But I wouldn't even do that. Like, if you don't have RNL, like, that's fine. You have a 30 RNL and you don't think you've ever used it on someone, you should put on your Para.
Alright, what did I miss?
Oh, nothing. I think Haste is around the same tier as Elena and Leica. Because you only want it for his artifact, but you would never fucking do it.
Yep. I think I said the same thing. You would really only want him on an artifact. And also, somebody did mention earlier that he's also on the read-up banner right now, so I think it's a priority. Within the RNL.
Yep, I think that's fine. Okay. Hua Young.
Oh man, I did like girl, but rip her. I'm so sorry. Goodbye, Hua Young.
So, okay, here's the thing. I think it's kind of weird for someone to want to pick Hua Young, like, in the middle of her recall. However, I really think that people are sleeping on how good or bad she is. Or, like, how good she still is. Like, I get it, she got nerfed, right? Let's not be delusional. She definitely got nerfed. But I don't think that means, like, you don't want to... Like, I don't think that means, like, you will never use this character. Because the problem is, right, is that when I talk about killing some of these, like, tanks that are in the game, like, let's say, FCC, Adventurer Roz, like, a lot of these characters, if you don't have Hua Young, how the fuck are you going to kill these units?
Strays?
In Standard?
Sure.
I mean, like, no, because I mean, like, if you have strays, you would have to be, like, a slow strays, and then you would have to make, like, it'd have to be, like, a tanky slow strays, right?
Oh.
Because if you're trying to, because the thing is, like, Hua Young is, like, standards nuker, right? Like, that's the thing. It's, like, like, you can go solo DPS Hua Young, and that's fine. You can't really go solo DPS strays, you know? You can't really go solo DPS Hua Young, because, or Watcher Shuri, because what'll happen is... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Right? Oh, sorry. Both of them need attack buff, because I did see a bit of the post-nerf volumes, and basically all of them kind of need that attack buff up, and also that 6k attack from the nerf.
Yeah. But
Which
like,
is very situational, but you also need the high HP as you were saying before.
yeah, the main thing is like I think people are trying to look for who could replace Hua Young, and
Yeah.
the issue is that when you give attack buff to Hua Young, okay, she kills most of the time, right? Like post
Arunka? To Arunka.
But the thing is, like, Arunka doesn't have that much. Like, okay, so it'll depend on how her stats roll. But
Yeah.
like the thing is for me is that when I look at some of the other like nukers, right? So let's say like Luna and like Watcher and a lot of these units, can they survive their dead turns?
Most
during
likely
their dead
not.
turns?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's a problem, right? Like Hua Young always has the ability to like self-cleanse herself, has built-in proof. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you don't kill every like, you know, grass unit under the sun, but I think that to completely neglect or to completely say she's unusable when I think she's probably the best tank buster in the game still, I think is really, really, really short-sighted.
Yeah, I think she's also still useful just because we just lack the units to kind of actually kill the tanks right now.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't think there's maybe like there's maybe enough tank busters to put on one hand, I think at most right now.
Yep.
And even then, a lot of the tank busters are conditional, where Hua's only condition is that you're fighting a tank, which is already kind of a given when you're fighting a tank, right?
Sounds about right.
Like, Operator Sigrid doesn't even necessarily kill the tanks every time, right? And then, like, Luna needs to be, like, super fast. And I'm just trying to think about it. There's, like, very few to no busters. How did my summons go? They went okay. I didn't really... I think I got Flann Observer or Unseen Observer today. Is Hua Young banner next to Arunka's? I think it is, right? Her S1 can still do good damage to squishies. Yeah, I think with attack buff, her S1 with Tooth still kills anything below 10k HP, assuming it's not a water unit. Okay, where do you think you would put Hua Young?
I would put her at a solid B just because of the fact that there's just a lack of tank busters at the moment. And like, to be fair, from all my games, every fight, everything I fight is just tanks or just cleavers, mostly tanks too. So I'd say give her a B. She would definitely be an S, but now it's not really.
I think the low-hanging fruit would be to put Hua as like a D tier character, like, oh, this character is shit. But I really don't think she's shit. And I know I think
she's still usable.
I think I'm definitely gonna get a lot of flack for saying this, but I definitely think that Hua is like a middle B character. Like, I would probably put Hua like next to like Flann. That's where I put him. That's where I put her. Okay, Illynav.
Illynav? I never really see her that much. I don't even think I've ever seen her be picked.
Alright.
Artifact is Wings of Shadow. Never really heard about Wings of Shadow for knights when you get Glorious or Element Shield.
It's fine, Kisu. We can call her a D tier character.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
Yep. Perfect. Perfect.
She looks like the FGO character.
You know, I've never really played FGO, so I can't really comment, but...
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Iseria?
Ooh, I do know that she's pretty good for PvE, and then she's also good for Abyss, but PvP-wise, I don't really see her kind of used, so I'm kind of like a C or a D.
So, here's my thing about Iseria.
Song of Stars.
I think one of the first units that you're supposed to get from the reroll is Iseria. And Song of Stars, while nice, is not like super mandatory, right?
Yeah.
So
I've only seen it used on what's it
Furious.
called? Pardon?
Furious?
Elena?
Song of Stars?
Oh no, it's Ranger. Never mind. Think of something else.
I mean, Elena is a ranger, but I don't know if I would put Song of Stars on her because I don't think she would have to do it on her S1. But I think Iseria is pretty up there in terms of good for like a PvE unit. But I think most people are supposed to start the game now with Iseria, which is why what you're really looking for is like Song of Stars value, but Song of Stars value wise is like
Not that good, so I would say C.
yeah. I think Song of Stars, while like nice, like to maybe get one copy of, is not the end of the world. Okay, I think C is fine. All right, what do you think about for Cowrick?
Oh, he's kind of strong for cleave units, but
Wait, I'm gonna add a
ever
note
since
here,
his buff,
actually.
yeah.
You should have Iseria from the start of the game.
Wait, she's from the Connections, wasn't she?
No, she's not. It's Vivian, right? Oh, wait, do you mean like the beginning connection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't have her.
I mean, did you start the game with her? You didn't start with her, did you?
I actually
That's
have no
what I mean.
idea.
That's what I mean.
Oh.
She's not like a recruitable character, and she's not on like the ones that because they give you out Vivian, Sigrid, and Sermia, right? She would have been
Oh, that one got you.
Yeah,
I took Sigrid.
Yeah, okay. I think she's C tier. Alright, what about Cowrick? How do you feel about Cowrick?
I would honestly put him at like a B, a low A, high B, just because ML Kekwick is super strong. Red Kekwick is also very strong too, I guess, in cleave comps against specific units. But however, his artifact very good. I don't actually know about ML Kekwick imprints though. There.
Emil Cowrick, I think, is it ER self?
I can double check. Hold on.
I got it.
My game crashed.
Yeah, it's self ER, AoE attack, attack release, and then Cowrick is attack percent imprint.
I think, well, for ML Kekwick wise, probably not that needed because he has his S3, but first, I think he's a solid B unit then. I mean, he's always good for cleave comps. PvE wise, I don't really see him used in PvE. PvP, I think, is mostly what he's used, but his artifact kind of sucks. Or is his artifact good?
Black Hand of the Goddess is okay for certain mages that are trying to go like super fast. But in general, I think Cowrick himself is more of a... I think Cowrick himself right now gains +7 speed from the mage thing, so he's kind of good for PvP. Definitely has like minimal to like no use or application in PvE, but that with like his imprint like being attack percent and it being kind of nice, I don't know. I can't really imagine myself picking Cowrick unless if I'm missing Cowrick.
Yeah.
But then like even at that point, like it's like kind of situational because Cowrick is one of those characters where you need to be like super fast to really make the most out of him.
So super high gear too for that.
Yeah, and not even just super high gear score. It's specifically like high speed gear on Cowrick. So I would probably put him lowest of
Yeah, lowest B sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, how do you feel about Ken?
D? I really don't like. What's this? Samira's beads. I got that artifact 3 times in my free 5-star artifact. He deserves B.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I hope he gets a rework.
Yeah, he's pretty good for Ancient Inheritance, honestly, but
there's other stuff better.
Yeah, and
yeah,
all this is just fucking bad. I would actually put him probably. He has the worst artifact in the game, but I would actually put him like here.
I hope we get another AI soon.
Isn't it supposed to be like a month or every 2 months rotation or something like that?
I hope so.
Okay, Kisei?
I think she's a good cleaver unit, and although Judge Kisei isn't really use that much, so maybe like a low solid B.
Oh, here. November is AI? Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, let's go! Yeah, I'll give her a solid low B. I mean, what's her? Let me go check her artifact here.
It's Alabastion.
Oh, Alabastion.
It just got buffed, but I really think Alabastion sucks still.
I don't really think effectiveness is that good, and it's also a random debuff, so I don't know if you want to I think it feels like every RNG kind of artifact you're just kind of memeing about it now, so give her a low B.
The thing about it too is that like for the thieves, if you want an RNG artifact, you would just go Arno.
Arno. Yeah, exactly.
I think I would put Kisei next to Cowrick because both of them are like kind of okay themselves. But their artifacts are kind of niche or like not super useful. And then like their imprints are like okay. Like Judge Kisei is already kind of a shit unit, you know, and I don't think I would really focus too much on Kisei. I would almost argue that if you want, you could probably put Kaoric and Kisei both in C. But for the sake of this, I think it's okay to leave them at the bottom of B.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, Crow?
Oh, I do think PvE-wise, he's very good GVG. You can always bait out the Rimurus. I use him a lot in my GVGs, so his value is pretty high. ML Crow, not too much, but I would still give him like a solid E here. I do use him a bunch. I don't really see him used in PvP, but just because like Guild Wars and such, it's pretty nice to have him.
Yeah, I think he's overall just like a nice knight and like
And Holy
content.
Sack is... Yeah.
Oh, Holy Sack is his... I think Holy Sack is actually kind of nice for like Troublemaker Crozet. I think Troublemaker Crozet is like the premier like anti-cleave alongside FCC. And not having Holy Sack I think is kind of really detrimental. For playing Troublemaker Crozet. And Troublemaker Crozet does really show up at like quite often. I'm willing to put him at bottom of B alongside Kaoric and Kisei just because he's still a solid knight. He still deals with water units and like sometimes even units like Senya or whatever, but I think he has lost a bit of footing because of Yulha. But yeah. Kana, I have a question. If Arunka uses pen set, will her S3 pen or just 15 plus 15? Yeah, it's 15% pen of the remaining 30%, so it is diminished. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Ridzilla is correct. Okay, bottom of B it is. Alright, how do you feel about Fire Litica?
Ooh, I don't really have anything for her. I barely see her. And I've only really seen Flitica, not the Fire Litica as much.
Okay, Fire Litica, in my opinion, has only been seen in Abyss, like one of the 110 or like 100 to 120 floors, where she is literally like one of the best characters for one. But other than that, her and her Aria and her imprints all suck. So I'm gonna put her next to Ken. Yeah.
Oh, ew, it's Sword of Judgment.
Yeah, Sword of Judgment is pretty shit. Okay, what about Lilius?
Oh, I do like Lilius just because of Silius, but not so much of the... I don't really have any sort of opinions about her normal version here. I do know that she can be strong, but because it's super situational and you also need speed gear, probably C or B. I have to actually double check her artifact too.
It's Bastion or Perlucia.
Oh. Yeah, let's see. Probably not a priority.
Yeah, I don't think she's I think herself, her imprints for C Lilius are okay. She's like she was one of the OG like PvE gods.
Yeah.
Because of the cleanse. However, I definitely think that with time she's fallen off. I think she is a really good imprint for a Conqueror Lilius because I think it's HP imprint, AoE attack, release, which is really, really, really good. Bastion is nice specifically just for units like Troublemaker Crozet if you want to go down that route, or Eaton. But definitely I don't think something that you have to rush or worry about. So I'm gonna put her in low B.
Yep.
Okay, what about Lilibet?
Lilibet, I really do like Lilibet, but Lilibet-wise, not so much. Yeah.
Her artifact is Creation and Destruction, just so you know.
Okay, that's a D right there. You told me the artifact, that's a D. So, yeah.
I want to put her in the middle of C.
Dang.
Because Dilibet's imprint is crit chance. So
that's really that's the value.
Yeah, it's hard to say because like Dilibet is so popular too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to say that I would put her Imprint lower than C. Because it's like, okay, well, you know, if you gain like 16 crit chance on Lilliput, that's still better than some of the other units we have here, right? That being said, like, Creation Destruction is a meme. I actually don't think Lilliput herself is that bad. She actually enables Commander Pavel really easily and very well. But I know people are gonna say I'm fucking scamming, snake oil salesman, so I think it's fine to put her at middle of C. What do you think about Ludwig?
Oh, I think it's a D. I don't really see him used as much. I know what his artifact is either.
Actually, I'm trying to think, what is Ludwig's artifact?
Yeah. Well, I have my raid to do right now, so I think I have to leave in a bit. Oh, it's Time Matter. I've never actually heard of this before.
Oh shit, Time Matter. Okay, okay.
His damage when attacking. He's killed by an attack, increases damage of next attack by additional 12%.
Okay. Let's speed round this. I think Time Matter is actually pretty good, so we can put this at like C. All right, speed round. All right, Luluca.
Luluca with the Tomka mage buff. I think she's pretty good. She's good for PvE, but if you want her as a choice, then probably like a C, I'd say.
Okay. Melissa.
Oh, I think she got a buff too, right? I thought she was pretty good, but. Other than that,
Bloody Rose is her artifact, by the way.
Yeah, what's artifact?
Bloody Rose.
Bloody Rose? I've never heard of that artifact before. I would probably put like a C or a D.
They're both pretty bad, yeah.
Pretty bad? Okay, I'll probably put both of them at D.
Okay, I don't even know what Luluca's artifact is actually. Hold on, let me think.
I don't either.
Luluca's artifact. Fuck, do I even own it? Oh, it's Spirit's Breath. Oh, that artifact's actually kind of
Wait, that's good for AOL. I'd say she's like a high C.
TML's also kind of good as an imprint.
TML? Oh, okay, I guess
I'm going to put her top of C, actually.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Mort.
Mort? The Great Mortalex? Yeah, I think you should have a very good opinion of that.
Okay. Alright. Where would you put him, Kisu?
Like a C? High C, low B? Low B for your sake, I guess.
Alright, middle of B it is. Okay, how about Mui?
Mui? I haven't really seen her as much. I really don't have any notion of it. Maybe like a high C?
She has Circus Fantasia, which is what people used to use on C Lilies a little bit. Because it gives a lot of F. But,
I knock.
Okay, I'm okay with the C.
Okay.
Pavel. We like Pavel.
Oh, I do like Pavel. He's good for cleave, and there's also C Pavel. What's his artifact?
Do Noctis.
Ew, okay, that's like a...
Wait, Do Noctis is actually good for Commander Pavel, though.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really good. It's the highest damage increase artifact for Pavel.
Oh.
Or C
Holy
Pavel.
crap. Wait, I think I have, wait, wasn't Commander Pavel a ranger?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I put him on Guiding Light instead, because he...
Yeah, I would do that too, but also Do Noctis sounds kind of funny. Okay. Where you would put Pavel?
Like a... Is that attack imprint?
Mm-hmm.
I'll put like a B.
Okay, I'm gonna put him as an A.
A?
Yeah, because Do Noctis is actually pretty good. Also, Pavel himself and the imprint, I think, is both really good.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I'm gonna put him top of B. That sounds a little capped to put him. Okay.
Yep.
All right, what about Para?
Para? Oh, I really like Para. I would put her at like a high B. She doesn't need that many copies, does she?
No, but her imprint is effectiveness, which is really good actually.
Oh, that's really good. What's her artifact?
Chalice, the goblet.
Chalice
yeah.
goblet. Oh.
I think that's also
Put her at
really
an A.
good.
Yeah. Put her at an A. She's very strong. Cleave comps, and you're always gonna use her.
Okay, Politis.
Oh, I do like Politis a lot. And then what was her artifact again? I'm in my raid right now.
Oh, sorry. It's a knowledge seed.
Knowledge seed. I do like Polly. I put her at a high B. She's just so strong against like all the non-attack skill ones.
Okay, I'm gonna fight you for this. I think Polly's an A. I think Polly's a
even with knowledge seed.
Yeah, even with knowledge seed, I think even if you just get one Politis, like one pity, I would go one pity just to get Politis. I think she's.
That is true. That's true. Okay. I did actually do that, so I'll put her at an A as well.
Ran?
Oh, Ran is an A, man. What the heck?
Wait, his artifact is so shit, but
Wait,
Ran
what is that?
also
Wait,
really good.
is that the?
It's
Yeah.
the Sword of Winter or whatever, the thing that steals
Oh,
souls.
ew. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But he's super strong too.
I'm gonna put Ran next to Summertime Assyria, which makes sense because
They're both
like,
compatible. Yeah.
All right, Ravi.
Ravi, I put her. Oh, dude, I would like a high B. High B.
Ravi has.
It's good for a Ravi imprint.
Is Ravi Sigurd Scythe?
Wait, is this cigarettes?
I think Ravi is Sigurd Scythe, isn't she?
Ooh, I would put her at an A then if you have a Ravi and too.
Yeah, I think a Ravi's team imprint is actually really nice. I use that shit.
Yeah.
I would actually put her behind Polly though. Sigurd Scythe is nice, and her as an imprint is nice, but Ravi herself sucks. I actually might put her at the top of B.
Hmm.
Cause she Ravi is really shit. Like really, really.
Even
really
with the
shit.
buff?
Yes, she is real. Ravi can
Ooh.
die to every single grass unit in the game.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, like every single.
Oh.
I've seen every single grass unit in the game kill APOC or kill Fire Ravi. Literally
Ooh.
every single one.
That's kind of rough.
Like Senya, Alencia, Landy, Zahhak. Zahhak doesn't really count though, right?
Oh my God.
Okay, Ray.
Ray, I want to put him at A or B when ML comes out, but so far like a D. I don't think he really does anything.
Yeah.
He has a leaf in his hair.
He has
That's all I
Doctor's
know.
Bag. Doctor's Bag is pretty nice.
Yeah, but it's not really much of a prio though, right?
Yeah, definitely not. This is a D character for sure.
Yeah.
Doctor's Bag is definitely not worth it. I don't think you gain much from having this character geared right now.
Yep.
Maybe ML Ray. Now, if you should not. First off, you shouldn't be doing slow Banshee. But also, yeah, like that's. Ugh. Okay, Rowana.
I think she's very strong, like a solid B, because she's like a nice soul weaver to have, and then her artifact is. So I can't check because I'm in my raid.
Shit. Yeah. Sorry. Wait, let me look.
Okay.
Rowana.
My bad, Kata.
Sorry for doing. No. Sorry for.
Oh no worries.
Is it Celestine? Oh, Rekos. Holy shit. Wait, Rekos is so bad, actually.
No, I'll
Rekos
put it
is-
like a C. I think one copy of Rana is good, but not a target, especially if you already have one.
I
copy.
actually think getting one copy of Rowana is, like, really important. Like,
Yeah.
super fucking important.
Wait, one copy as an imprint or?
No, just, like, one copy, period.
Oh yeah, just one copy. Yeah.
The thing is, though, like, one copy, like, if we're talking about one copy and how good it is, like, that's kind of like Politis Eda, right? Because we don't like their imprints and we don't like their artifacts. So I'm actually going to put Rowana next to Eda and Politis.
Okay.
Because, like, she's really good for Hell Raid, and she's also good for PvE, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's 11 characters left. Okay, Senya.
Oh, I really like her. Imprint's very, very good. She's super strong. I would honestly put her like a high B, A. I don't know what her artifact is, though.
It's a Spear of the Dawn.
That
It's
is her artifact. Yeah, I put it at A. Her artifact's really good. She's a very strong character, too. And, yeah.
Yeah. One of the few characters where the character and the artifact are both, like, meant for each other.
Exactly.
So I definitely think Senya's up here, too. Says.
Kick who?
Says' artifact is Hannah Manica, by the way.
I don't know what that does.
It's the hit chance already for thieves.
Oh!
On single.
Can you repeat that again? Sorry.
It's increased hit chance on a single attack for thieves.
Wait, that's really, really good.
It's only single attack though, so.
Oh. I'd say like C.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I would almost argue like D.
D. Yeah, I really don't
Like,
see.
I don't think.
I think it's a D. Yeah,
Okay, what
D.
about Sigrid?
Sigrid? I'd say if you don't have Sigrid, you should probably get her, but you
Well, everyone
already
gets
have.
it for free. Yeah.
Yeah, you get it for free, so I wouldn't say she's a prio. So probably like a C. C. Cradle of Life.
I
not
would
that
say that Cradle, like her artifact sucks, but Obsig's imprint is really important. Actually.
It is. So I'll say like a low B, but it's only for Obstic imprint though.
Yeah. There should probably be an imprint. Okay, I'm gonna make an imprint only tier, actually. And I'm gonna put all the characters that we talked about that were literally only for imprints. Sermia, Charles. I'm trying to think. Is there anyone else that's only here for imprints? Lilibet. Lilius? No, Lilius is kind of decent herself, no? Ravi is for cigarettes and can actually also be used. Chloe is not for imprint. Chloe is for S2 and artifact. Like literally only art, like only exclusively imprint. Yo, Wombat Wilson, thanks for the prime, man. I appreciate it.
Okay. Tamarinne is decent, but it's only for PvE, PvP. Just like PvE-wise, he is very, very strong, but I would say usability if you already don't have her, it's an A.
I think if you don't have Tamarinne, she's S. Like, Tamarinne carries you through everything. Lytica,
that is true. Yeah,
Lytica is not even a good imprint, to be honest. Like, Faithless Lytica, is like, okay, I guess. But I like Damage Lytica more than I like F Lytica. Or Effectiveness Lytica. What do you think about Taiyu?
He's husbando, but then I read his story, so I give him like a D. Yeah. Okay. I don't think he's really usable that much. Wasn't he supposed to?
His artifact is actually not bad, so I'm gonna put him at the top of D.
What does it do?
Spear of the Dawn. It's when it's for warriors. It's when they use a non-attack skill, gain like 10%, 10 or 20 CR. 10 or 10
looks cool.
Yeah, and it also gives you attack.
Oh,
nice.
High D.
Okay, Tenebria.
Imprints only. I don't really see her use, so
yeah.
Imprints only, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
I think her artifact was like some pink spear that I never really liked.
It's like Crescent Moon something.
Yeah.
That shit's pretty much only imprint, only as well. Tywin.
Oh, never used D. Never see him.
Yeah.
Not even Atwin.
What is Tywin's? Oh my god, it's Crown of Glory. Holy shit, that artifact sucks balls too.
Okay. Yeah.
The imprint tier is honestly not organized. Okay.
Vildred's an imprint.
Yeah, Vildred imprint only.
It's like Cleaves and for speed imprint, and then Violet. I honestly think he's a really solid unit. I think he would be like a mid B. Still usable.
Yeah, I would say so.
He never
too.
counters for you though.
I would put Violet next to Karon.
Yeah. Because
both are like anti-cleave and like their artifacts are not the worst in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And they also, well, I mean, like Violet has a bit of an. Actually, I would put Violet, I think, a little ahead of Karon, because you do have the advantage of having Remnant Violet imprint too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, Summer Sword is also nice. No, that's true. Also,
yeah, Vildred's artifact is also really good. Summer Sword or Summer Twilight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good for Ren. But...
yeah.
Nice. All right, Vivian. I don't really see Vivian this much, and you
she's
think you get her for
too.
free. Yeah, she's free.
Dignus Orb is only good on top model Luluca, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then I think.
So we put them D.
Yeah. What was the last one?
No, I was gonna say where do you want Vivian? C.
I'd say like D, C, D. I guess she's good for farming, so I guess C.
I guess wait, actually, she's technically an imprint. I think she's
imprint. That's true. Grandma Vivian.
Okay, final is Euphine.
I think Merciless Gun, not really used as
Merciless
much.
Gun is actually really nice. Only
I put it on Zahhak, but
warriors.
I put Symbol. Yeah.
I
think she's like a D.
I'll put her at the top of C because Merciless Glutton is nice, but then you have Euphine, so
yeah.
Okay. I will. Okay. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Like, I'm gonna put a timestamp on this, for like this is what you and I both came to the conclusion of. And then I'm gonna like, cause I'll let you go to raid. I'm gonna ask chat. I'm gonna pull chat a little bit, and we'll like I'll get back to you about how chat feels, and then like. You know.
No worries. I'm gonna go back to my raid. Thank you so much for inviting me. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. Sorry for going over. But yeah, thank you so much for coming in, Kisu. I appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you so much for the invite, Kana. It was nice meeting all of you guys again. And yeah, I appreciate you inviting me. And I hope you have a great rest of your night. Enjoy your weekend. And let's go do some horror games later too as well. Take care.
Can you plug your where can we find you, Kisu?
Oh, you can find me at www.twitch.tv/Kisuumi. Right now, I'm actually playing my Lost Ark raid, so I'll be getting back to you guys. But yeah, take care and have a great one.
Okay, bye-bye, Kisu.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay, boys. Put me in, boss. Okay, what do you guys agree with? What do you not agree with? Euphine and Irvine? Yeah, but Euphine is like not even usable for PvP. You don't agree with Taiyu? God, you are so cope, Nella. You're so fucking cope. I actually think Villager's probably the best imprint. He is a C? Okay, what does he do? Why is he a C? Tell me. Am I gonna be busy after stream? I'm not sure. I'm a little tired. Oh wait, let me play this.
Kana's pretty cool. You should check her out.
Arkwright and Ronnie Jin, thanks for the follows, boys. C for copium.
Kana's pretty cool. You should check her out.
True. Infernos, thanks for the follow. I'm a little surprised. Well, it's also because of Sigurd value, right? Wombat Wilson, thanks for the prime, man. I appreciate it. In what world is Luna B? Luna is only B for Draco. Luna is only B for Draco. Kind of similar to like Ravi, right?
Kana's pretty cool. You should check her out.
I am pretty cool. I guess if you want, you could put the two together like this.
Kana's pretty
but like
cool.
no, but like Ravi is more usable in my opinion than Luna. But her artifact is like usable too. Rat is too low. There should be an RNG tier. It's pretty nice in GVG RTA wise. More if they ran to. Oh my god, Nella, I'm fucking smelling so. Oh my god, you're suffocating me with your copium. Holy fuck! If you pick Ran and Diene into Taiyu, oh my god. Oh. You think F10 should be higher, standing imprints for PvP and helping people reach masters, as well as getting the arty for ADS and solely in case someone has it? Okay, I could see F10 going as high as top of B. Cerise is just for the artifact, same as Luna. Yeah, but you could also use Cerise in PvE, right? But also, like, Luna, putting Luna in S is like fucking cope, because then you have Luna, right? Like you're getting fucking Luna, right? Like you can't really justify picking Luna, like putting Luna that high. Also, I asked everyone, like, who are you putting Draco on? Like, who are you putting Draco on? Tell me. What characters are... Like, name every character you would put Draco on, and I can probably name you another artifact who should put on. Mui and C and... Okay. Yeah, but Circus Fantasia, I think, is better than... Alright, there you go. Nobody uses Cerise. That's not really true. Like, it's for PvE, right? Like, no one uses Peyra in PvE. You can't do half the fucking expos with with fucking Peyra. What do you mean? Ed, Lionheart. Dude, again, like, Ed I feel like is okay. That's fine. But I think Lionheart prefers Proof. And I think Rimuru prefers what's it called? Glutton. Luna is better than 99% of the units in this list. The world's slowest tier list maker. I mean, we went through each one and it was supposed to actually explain, right? Why is SSB on top? You can't really, like, SSB is one of the few characters in this game where she has so much range of usability. And her artifact is her own best artifact. Make the tier list first. I mean, I can't really have a guest on and do that. You know what I mean? But then, like, even more so, Wind, I feel like... Oh my god, that's so much fucking setup, dude. I'm still gonna be going through each of the characters, you know what I mean? It feels weird having SSB on top. I mean... What, would you rather have it like this? I mean, to be fair too, like, yeah, like, okay, no, I understand where Wind's coming from. It does take a long time, right? Like, I totally understand that, and, you know, we do a little people talking, but this image is also just going to be released, you know what I mean? Like, I think Cerise is in, like, a whole tier of her own, though, you know? Like, this character is good for fucking everything. Put no, stop that, Boobek. We're not fucking putting SSB in B. That is the most cope shit I've ever heard in my damn life. You literally cannot do most of the... You can't do most of the Wyvern one-shots without SSB. Guiding Light is ass. Carlian, you are Dude, for someone that wants to abuse every variation of Wind Rider known to man, these are some bold words coming from you. Man, every unit you want to do is Wind Rider. Okay, Wind. I think, okay, to settle this, I think the real discussion, alright, the real fix to this, Wind, is there's timestamps. Okay, that's what it should be. There should just be timestamps. Like, that's it. There's chapters in the YouTube video, and that's it, right? That's just how it is. If you go more damage, you don't need to hide, man. Shut the fuck up, Carly. You're such a clown, bro. I can't believe I'm still on the screen. Dude, I will say... Look, there's a lot of people that... Dude, wait, hold up. Alright, let me just be clear. Hold on, let me hide this for a sec. Oh, what the fuck? Hold up. Something needs to get clarified, okay? Let me show you guys something. Alright, because there's a few things at play here that you guys aren't understanding. Hey, guys. Okay? First off, okay? I polled my community... Okay, because I asked them, hey guys, I was curious about what you guys thought about the formats I've been doing about, like, patch notes review. On one hand, I see the value in giving my raw thoughts live about the patch, but I'd also understand sometimes it's better to condense and get a conclusion or summary quickly. I'd appreciate if you guys could answer or vote on the poll below, and hope you have a great day. Okay? 76% of the people on this list wanted long-form content. So even if it's annoying to watch live, from a YouTube aspect and of the people that do vote, right? There's 120 votes here, right? Like, people want a long-form content. So, even though I definitely think that chat could, like, Twitch chat could, like, definitely prefer something else. Like, this is what people on YouTube wanted to watch, right? But yeah. Obviously, like, again, I think if I just have chapters, I think all the issues we have here are completely gone, which is why I think it's fine. Okay, final run through. Anyone that you don't agree with, run your mouths. Run your mouths. All right, anyone? Bueller? Hey, you? No. Alright, relax, Infernos. This chat does not like hearing me talk anyway. Alright, just Taiyu? Okay. Alright. Then. Thank you again to Kisu for coming on to stream. She's not gone here now. I didn't realize she had lost arc rate. But thank you, Kisu, for coming in and helping me with the tier list. If you enjoyed today's content, guys, or want to see more like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell. I really appreciate it, guys. But I will see you all in the next one. Wow, this is a long one. All right, take it easy, guys.